The following is a presentation of the Schoolcraft College Sports Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to CompuWare Arena. Be prepared. It's Scout Weekend, and the Plymouth Whalers bring in their old friends, the Windsor Spitfires. My name's Pete Krepsky alongside Sean Belesian, and we expect close to a full house here tonight and tomorrow night. Scout Weekend, usually mid-November, and the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts in the Detroit area reserve CompuWare Arena. Always a festive atmosphere when the Scouts are here, Sean, so I know if I'm not prepared, at least you will be.
Well, you better be prepared when Windsor comes to town as well. Not only do the Windsor Spitfires bring it on the ice, but certainly a lot of their fans come over, so it's always a fun night when the Windsor Spitfires come to town.
Speaking of the Spitfires, they stand at 11-7 on the year, and although they're not quite the power that won the OHL title and then the Memorial Cup title 2 years in a row, still very formidable within the Western Conference race. There you see the Western Conference, the Whalers right behind the Spitfires at the 500 mark.
Well, the Spitfires certainly been playing better hockey since some of their returnees came back. Zach Cassian certainly amongst them.
Take a look at the East, and really Mississauga, the class of the East. Kingston making a big trade this week, picking up Ryan Spooner from Peterborough. They're going to be heard from in Niagara. I really like Niagara out of the Central Division.
Boy, look at that number, though. 18-2, 0-1 by Mississauga. They really loaded up to coincide with their hosting of the Memorial Cup.
Take a look at the upcoming schedule. Tomorrow night, Kitchener in town. Then the Whalers, a home-and-home series with the Guelph Storm. Thanksgiving Eve, we'll have a little turkey dressing with Todd Watson and the Saginaw Spirit. Always fun.
Sounds good to me. That's been a tradition that's been going on for a while now here, Pete. Always a fun night. The night before Thanksgiving.
Scott Wedgwood in goal for the Whalers. Bo Schmitz has been named the permanent captain of the Whalers, and Max Iafrate starting to play a little bit more on the Whaler blue line.
Looks more comfortable out there as well, seemingly by the game, Pete.
Take a look up front. The Whalers got a hat trick in their last game in the Sioux with Stefan Nason, and that line playing very well. As you take a look at the Whalers coming out onto the ice surface, and we're getting the introduction of the Whalers starting lineup.
Mitchell Head. And in goal tonight for your Whalers, number 29, Scott Wedgwood. And now, please welcome the rest of your Whalers.
Wedgwood comes into the game, 15 games played, and even 3.0 goals against average, and a .904 save percentage. Wedgwood helped the OHL All-Stars last night in a 4-0 victory over the Russian All-Stars in the 2010 CHL Subway Super Series. And the OHL won their first game in the series 4-0. Wedge, an easy night, stopped 6 Russian shots in about 30 minutes of work. I think he'll be a little bit more tested tonight.
Pretty cool experience. It's a fun game to go to. Sometimes the Russians don't bring their best, but Pete, they as you were talking about earlier, they have fared better this year, but it's been one of the big complaints is maybe the Russians don't bring their best.
Let's take a look up front for the Whalers. That's actually James Livingston on the line up front. Stefan Nason scored the hat trick in the Whalers' last game.
Got to get it from the depth. We've been talking about it. You don't want to be a one-line team in this league.
Let's go down to ice level. Michelle Whitlow with the starting line with the national anthem.
Spangled Banner.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare and the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The multi-talented Michelle Whitlow sings the national anthem. She's also a Detroit Derby girl. I believe we'll go back down to the Zamboni entrance. We'll be celebrating the Plymouth Whaler Player of the Month.
You know, every month, BD's Mongolian Grill will choose a player of the month who demonstrates hard work and leadership on the ice, in the classroom, and in the
always
community.
Nice, Pete, when they recognize Player of the Month, and you know, a lot of different awards out there, and certainly nice to recognize the efforts from some of the quality players.
Stefan Nason, the Whalers Player of the Month.
Mongolian Grill Player of the Month plaque, along with a $50 gift certificate to BD's. Congratulations, Stefan.
And while we get that and get the carpet rolled up, we'll take a quick station ID on the radio side and hustle right back. Just before the start of tonight's game between the Whalers and the Windsor Spitfires, you're listening to the Whalers on 88.1 FM WSDP, The Escape in Plymouth. Pete Krebsky with Sean Belesian tonight from the broadcast location, the Whalers and the Spitfires, game 3 of 8 on the year. Scott Wedgwood in goal for the Whalers. On defense, Austin Levi with Jay Gilbert. Up front for Plymouth, Mitchell Hurd with Tyler Brown and James Livingston. The Spits with the Dallas draft has been signed. Jack Campbell in goal. On defense, going to be Nick Ebert with Ryan Ellis. Up front for the Spitfires, Stephen Johnston, Zach Cassian, and Michael Whaley. We're underway in the first period with the puck behind the Windsor goal. Ebert, left wing, picked off in the corner. Livingston, hard shot, severe angle. Jack Campbell made the stop right off the bat. He'll hold it, get a face-off 14 seconds in.
Well, the Windsor Spitfires, different team, as we mentioned, Pete, than the last time they came in here. Zach Cassian has been a man on fire. 25 points in only 14 games.
Face it off in the Windsor zone. Johnston beat Hurd to it, but Tyler Brown for the Whalers has it left corner in the Windsor zone. Livingston, left wing to the goal line, tried to play it back on the point, but it skips down into Plymouth territory. Back behind his own goal, Austin Levi. Missed Brown with the pass, will go the length of the ice. Plymouth called on the icing. We'll bring it back into Whaler territory 32 seconds into period number 1. Speaking of some of the high-powered Spitfires have moved on, we saw Taylor Hall play for Edmonton against the Red Wings last night. And Edmonton as a team is going through some learning, a bit of a learning curve in a 6-2 loss last night to the Red Wings. Face it off to the left of Wedgwood. Robbie Zernick won the draw, but they'll drop it again.
I was watching Tyler Seguin play last night, Crawford.
Yes, I was too. Something about that Taylor Hall, Tyler Seguin. I know where my nothing against Taylor Hall.
No, absolutely.
Outstanding player, but I worked with Tyler Seguin for 2 years, and I'm with Tyler. Zarnik left wing over the Windsor line, skating hard to the left goal line, jammed it, hit the side of the goal. Nason gives chase. The Spits will bring it back. Alexander Koklachev, right wing over the Plymouth line against Troutman. The puck goes off. Troutman at the hash marks, goes into Scott Wedgwood. He'll hold it, get a face-off. 53 seconds into the period.
Well, Jack Campbell, it's been an up and down year for him so far. Of course, the Port Huron native, he was supposed to go play college hockey crupper. We know how that turned out. He was the hero of the World Juniors last year, and it's been an up and down year. When he was in here last month, Pete, he looked like a shaky goaltender to me.
Campbell in 14 games played, a 3.81 goals against average and 881 save percentage. Spits are looking for better production from Campbell than that. Right corner in his own zone, Colin McDonald being checked on the play. McDonald battling with Derek Lanoux. Alex Aliardi hooked on the play by Carini, nothing called there. Spits spread it out with Locke along the right wall, checked by Alex Aliardi. The Whalers with Alex Aliardi, RJ Mahalik, and Garrett Mears up front. Carini deep right wing and circling back behind the Plymouth goal. McDonald guides him to the left corner. Puck goes free, and Aliardi chipping it off the glass and out center ice. Severia Posa put it out in front of the Whaler bench, taken away by Aliardi, but carrying it over the Plymouth line. The shot by Locke off of Colin McDonald, out of play and into the crowd. No score, Plymouth and Windsor, 1:37 into the first frame.
You know, as you mentioned, Pete, it's Scouts weekend. Nice to see so many young men in here wearing their Scout uniforms and all that.
Nice to see the building close to fill. Standing room only was being sold this afternoon. Something about the Scouts in Windsor and the cold weather starting to come in. Face it off to the right of Scott Wedgwood. Johnston and Mitchell Hurd on the draw. Hurd won it cleanly. Had 6 points, did Mitchell Hurd on the Whalers' last road trip last weekend, when the Whalers won 2 out of 3. McIntyre for Windsor in front of the penalty box here, rings it around the boards in Whaler territory. Whaley in the left corner battling with Hurd, dug free by Levi. Can't quite get it out. Ellis, backhand shot left point, cleaned up in the slot by Hurd. Hurd with Livingston and Brown up front. Hurd rings it around the boards in the Windsor zone. Campbell playing it around on the right side, pinching in, taking it to the right corner, Jay Gilbert. Taken away in the Spits with Michael McIntyre, playing it out neutral territory. Now Ellis, picked off by Livingston. Livingston chasing it into the Windsor zone. Ellis will play it right wing to center for Cassian. McIntyre follows up at center, plays it back behind the Plymouth goal. Bo Schmitz around on the right side for defense partner Austin Levi. Right wing to center, and it skips to the Windsor line for McIntyre. Playing catch with Levi at the Plymouth line. Koklachev for McQueen at the Plymouth line, picked off by Tom Wilson. Levi on a change, gaining center with it, dumping it back behind the Windsor goal. Now it's up on the mesh. Wilson with Zarnik, they dig it free. Zarnik to the right corner. Right point Troutman, left point Schmitz, goes to the high slot, got the shot. Deflected by Wilson at the left hash mark over top of the goal. Wrapper on right wing side to Van. Campbell will cover up. So Zarnik playing with a little different line here with Wilson and DeVan, a line with some size and skill shot.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they just kept the pressure down low and they were really making them pay the price. A couple of big hits down there as well, one after the play. Zach McQueen came in, tried to clear things up, and they gave him the what for, and that's what you have to do against a club like Windsor because they're going to give it to you.
Whalers with Aliardi, RJ Mahalik, and Mears up front. Aliardi won the draw in the Windsor zone. Iafredi behind the goal for Alex Aliardi. Mahalik will chase it left wing now, Mears. For Aliardi and tight, a quick backhand shot, put it wide of the Windsor goal. Way up on the play, right corner, Iafredi. Behind the goal, Aliardi jammed it through the blue ice. Mears was there, but it's played away. Spits back Lanoux, right wing over the line for Locke. Put it out in front of the Plymouth goal, that failed to click. Kyle Torini back behind the goal. Derek Lanoux put it back in the left circle. Failed to click for Torini. The Whalers back with Mears. Left wing to center, Colin McDonald. Gaining the Windsor line, will snap it on goal. Kicked away by Jack Campbell. Left wing to the goal line. Mahalik put it back to Campbell. Looks like he juggled it a little bit, but will recover up on the puck and get a face-off in the Windsor zone. 3:45 into the period.
Well, it's interesting, Pete. You mentioned the juggle. If I'm the Whalers, I keep throwing it in on this guy. It doesn't seem like he's found his legs yet in this league. Troy Passingham is 4-1 as a starter this year. Jack Campbell only 7-6. And as you mentioned, that save percentage, that goals against average, not exactly stellar.
Cassian won the draw from Zarnik in the Windsor zone. Plymouth with Robbie Zarnik, Stefan Nason, and Ricard Raquel up front. Puck shot down into Plymouth territory. Windsor called on the icing. Ricard Raquel having a pleasant week. His father, Roland, is in town this week from Sweden. If you think Ricard Raquel is a pleasant young man, wait till you meet the father, Roland. Real nice gentleman. Face it off to the right of Campbell after the Windsor icing. Cassian beat Zarnik to the draw. Ellis in the right corner. Kept in at the point by Austin Levi. Top of the left circle, going to the slot. Ricard Raquel, a shot right on goal, and Campbell to stop with Nason out in front of the goal. Zarnik to the end wall, worked off Cassian. Helping out is Ellis. Zarnik, though, good job to keep it rolling. Robbie Zarnik to the right corner with Raquel against Ellis and Cassian. Pretty hot, four pretty good players right there. Ellis around the boards, the Spits can't get out. Levi, hard shot, ripped it way wide. Puck out center ice. Front of his own bench here, now gaining center. Jay Gilbert for the Whalers will play it back behind the Windsor goal. Plymouth nothing, Windsor nothing. 4:40 into the period. Zach McQueen for the Spits to center. Up the middle and over the line, Kuhnhackl got the shot. Good block by Dario Troutman at the hash marks. Troutman and Kuhnhackl battle with Zarnik and Johnston. Zarnik takes it out of the scrum. Robbie Zarnik, neutral territory and a change, will dump it left corner in the Windsor zone. Bo Schmidt's way up on it behind the goal. Bo leaving it behind the goal for James Livingston. He'll sweep it around the left boards, try to play at the point, but it goes up the middle, and the puck will go all the way down into Plymouth territory. Scott Wedgwood out around on the boards. McQueen held it in right wing. Nice recovery by Mitchell Hurd. He'll take it back behind his own goal. Schmidt's trying to get it out. It went off a Windsor skate. That was Kuhnhackl. Troutman recovers, plays it out to the Plymouth line. Now Mitchell Hurd on it for the Whalers. Gaining center with it, dumping it right corner in the Windsor zone. Livingston chasing it, was played away. Livingston trying to keep it rolling. Hurd holding it right wing at the half wall, and now it's taken away by Brady Vale. Vale backhands it from center, back behind the Plymouth goal, chasing it against Colin McDonald. Vale hit at the end wall by Livingston. Koklichev there, Vale circling a left wing in the Plymouth zone, will play it right corner. Koklichev trying to get there. He was run into by Melissa. Now McCann picked off, reversed around on the right side, and Hurd will play it to the Windsor line. No score, Plymouth and Windsor. 6:05 into the period. The Whalers have outshot Windsor 3-1. Weaverman out of his own zone to center. McCann over the Plymouth line left wing. McCann a shot, ripped it wide of the Plymouth goal. Picking it up for the Whalers, Ricard Raquel. It's Raquel with DeVan and Wilson up front. Raquel at the Windsor line, chipped away by McCann. Right wing Lanoux, playing it into Plymouth territory, cleared out by Melissa. Raquel a solo rush over the Windsor line. Right wing got the shot, went off a Windsor stick, out of play and into the crowd.
I want to take you back to Raquel's last shift, Pete. Boy, it seems like every game we're in the Ricard Raquel fan club or something. You know what he did there? He noticed, I think he's a very cerebral hockey player. He noticed that there were two guys down in front. He didn't have anything outside in the edge. So you know what he did? Just wound up and threw it to the net knowing he had two men down in front. Simple little things like that, Pete, make all the difference in the world in this game.
Always good to throw the puck at the net. Mears at center for the Whalers, dumping it in behind the Windsor goal. The Spits will bring it out with Locke. Right wing Kyle Torini over the Plymouth line. The puck swept away by Gilbert. Torini follows up right corner, hit right there by Gilbert. Whalers dig it free with Max Iafrate. Aliardi left wing over the Windsor line. Garrett Mears will hold it up. Got the shot, kicked away by Campbell. McIntyre started the year with the Sioux, picked off by Mears in the Windsor zone, left wing at the half wall. Lanoux plays it around on the other side. The Spits get it out with Kyle Torini. Up the middle, it went off the skate of Locke at center. Pinball in the Plymouth zone. Austin Levi on it for the Whalers in a scoreless game. 7:30 into the period. Weberman picks it off for Windsor at his long line, put it to the penalty box area. Levi follows up with the Whalers on a change. Austin will dump it into Windsor territory. Levi intercepts at center. Will chip it into the Windsor zone. Raquel will chase it to the end wall against Craig Dunnick. Heavy hit by Raquel on Dunnick, but a legal check. Dunnick back for Windsor. Up for Michael Whaley. Hits the Plymouth line on the left wing looking for a play. Was buried along the boards by McDonald. Whaley got a low, weak shot on goal. No problems for Wedgwood. He'll hold it, get a face-off. 7:50 into the period. No score.
Very slow start for number 19, Zach Cassian. And no, I'm not talking about putting points up on the board. I'm talking about making his physical presence be known. He is a truck out there.
Johnston won the draw for Windsor in the Plymouth zone. Ellis at the left point tried to play it in deep, intercepted by Levi. Livingston right wing to center for Tyler Brown. He'll chase it back behind the Windsor goal. Tyler Brown spreads it out left wing for Livingston. Livingston chipping it out in front. It just failed to click for Tyler Brown. Bale trying to get it out for Windsor. Up the right side for Zach Cassian. To center now for Ellis. For Bale, left wing over the line. Cassian barging in on the right side. Got the shot, ripped it way wide. Left point holding it. Severia Posa plays it around the boards back behind the Plymouth goal. It goes around the other side. Tyler Brown rocked on the play by Stephen Johnston. Brown plays it ahead. Livingston follows up right wing over the Windsor line on side. Got the shot. Stopped by Jack Campbell. He'll hold it and get a face-off. 8:31 into the period, no score.
Good moving period so far, Pete. You know, these are two teams, again, they're not the run and gun style that maybe some fans are accustomed to, but they can beat you.
Whalers will come out. Zarnik, Devan, and Nason up front. Troutman and Schmitz on the points. Ellis left wing in his own zone. Brown on the right side, McQueen. Left wing over the Plymouth line, Koklachev, but Kuhnhackl beat the play over. Windsor called on the offside at the Plymouth line. 8:38 into the period. Speaking of Stefan Nason, his father listening in Texas. I was told to give a shout out to the Nason family listening in Texas. We do that right now. Hello, everybody in Texas.
Absolutely.
Ellis right wing over the Plymouth line. We'll play it along the right boards. McQueen trying to get there, but Bo Schmitz to it. Can't quite get it out. Kuhnhackl left wing to the goal line, picked off by Schmitz. Schmitz and McQueen battling. Wraparound right wing side, Kuhnhackl. Good stop by Wedgwood. Puck to the high slot, McIntyre. Shot through traffic, did not get through. Schmitz back behind his own goal, hit by McQueen. Devan for the Whalers to center. From the penalty box here is Zarnik. Will dump it behind the Windsor goal, give chase. Put it out in front. Just failed to click for Stefan Nason. This line to Van with Zarnik and Nason up front. Nason behind the goal. Right wing to the goal line. Zarnik a shot blocked. Off a Windsor player, did not get to the goal with Devan out in front. Spits back on a change. Kuhnhackl in front of the Whaler bench. Clears it back behind the Whaler goal.
What a fun shift that was both ways, Pete. Those are two talented lines, and there was a little run and gun both ways that shift.
R.J. Mahalik at center for the Whalers, dumping it back behind the Windsor goal. No score, Plymouth and Windsor. We near the halfway point of the first period. From here in Plymouth, Mahalik leading Mears over the line, deep left wing, and back behind the Windsor goal goes Mears. Mears checked by Posa. Mahalik there as well. Taken away by Michael Whaley. Whaley for Windsor. Off the board, center ice for Michael Clark, and now Whaley on the Plymouth side of center. Clears it back behind the Whaler goal. Nick Melissa to the end wall, battling with Michael Whaley. Melissa around on the left side. That's taken away by Brendan McCann. Whaley spreading it out right corner in the Plymouth zone. Michael Whaley to the right circle. Got a shot, not a lot on it. McCann a shot out in front. Blocked. Right point, Dunnick a shot right on goal. Sharp save by Scott Wedgwood. Best stop of the game for Wedge there. Aliardi back for the Whalers. Right wing over the line. Aliardi looking for a play. He's there by himself, now helping out Livingston. Aliardi picked off at the Windsor line by Clark. He'll bank it off the boards, and both teams go to change. No score, Plymouth and Windsor. 9:20 left in the first period. Puck neutral territory for Tyler Brown. Colin McDonald on the Windsor side of center. Hurd cleared it into Spitfire territory, and Ellis played it to the Plymouth line. Levi back for the Whalers, picked off by Lanoux. Hustling in his own zone, playing the puck. James Livingston up the right boards. Long pass at center for Tyler Brown. Now that missed Tyler Brown will go the length of the ice. Plymouth called on the icing. With 8:59 left in the period. No score, Plymouth and Windsor. I'm Pete Krupski with Sean Belesian. Man on the ice right there, Tyler Brown. Done a nice job for the Whalers, Sean, in his time in Plymouth.
Sure has. Seems like he's been here for years as well, and well, maybe that's because he has, but swift moving, period, Pete. I like the pace so far. I like the fact that the refs seem to be allowing them to play right now. Shots on goal, 4 apiece, so we've only had 8 shots in about 11 minutes of play, but that doesn't mean there hasn't been plenty of action.
I like the quick work of the young CompuWare youth players cleaning up the ice. As we are honoring the veteran of the game, had a chance to talk to Lieutenant Colonel Mueller, and there he is right there. Pleasure talking to these military veterans, I'm telling you.
Great job by you with the interviews, Pete, and classy gesture by the Plymouth Whalers franchise.
Also, Quicken Loans and the CompuWare Corporation involved as well. So a real team effort on everybody's part. Levi out in front of his own goal, cleans up the puck, and Livingston the center with Brown and Hurd over the line. Brown left circle, teed up the shot. Campbell made the stop. Back comes Windsor, Dunnick. Up ahead, Brady Vale, a couple of CompuWare youth players playing it into the Plymouth zone. Scott Wedgwood around the left boards, held in by Big Cassian. Right point, Dunnick. Left point, McIntyre tees up the shot right on goal. Scott Wedgwood makes his 5th stop of the hockey game. Will hold it and get a face-off.
Nice job by Campbell at the other end, Pete. I thought coming out and challenging Brown there, screaming down the near wing. Didn't give him anything to shoot at. Knew that he had the numbers down low, so it was going to be hard to get that pass across. So he came right out and challenged him at the other end. Wedgwood, no trouble there.
8:30 remaining in the period. We are scoreless. Ellis at the left point in the Plymouth zone. Played it to the face-off circle. Koklachev, left wing, picked off. Good play, Bo Schmitz. And the Whalers bring it out. Here's Nason on it. Over the line with Zarnik. Nason left wing will dump it to the end wall, give chase. Overskated it. McIntyre takes it away for Windsor. Round on the left boards, it goes to Zach McQueen. McQueen in front of the Whaler bench, picked off by Tom Wilson, and the Whalers away with Nason. He did overskate it though, neutral territory. Kuhnhackl hits the Plymouth line. Koklachev offside on the right wing. And the play whistle dead. Plymouth and Windsor scoreless with 7:59 left. The Spits remain on the road tomorrow. They go to Owen Sound, take on the Attack. The Whalers remain home tomorrow, taking on Kitchener. For more on the Whalers, we always say, please go to PlymouthWhalers.com.
I think the Pittsburgh draft, Tom Kuhnhackl, arguably the best Spitfire so far. He has been very active in the Whaler zone.
He's really picked up the pace in the last month or so. Thomas Kuhnhackl with 10 goals in 19 games. Left circle in his own zone, R.J. Mahalik. Right wing to center for Garrett Mears. Mears over the Windsor line, looks for a play. Mears severe angle shot, right wing, stopped by Campbell. Mears stays with it, left wing to the goal line. Aliardi left wing and tight, jammed it on the short side post. Campbell got a piece of it. Aliardi behind the goal, taking a look. Alex Aliardi on the left wing, left point. Melissa shot deflected by R.J. Mahalik. Left wing in tight on goal. Campbell is stopped. He does not have a stick. Campbell does not have a stick, and now Ebert will give Campbell his goal stick. Meanwhile, a scrum in the corner with Mears and Posa and R.J. Mahalik. Mears to the slot. Aliardi picked off. And Lanoux plays it out center ice. Kyle Torini, right wing over the Plymouth line, will play it to the end wall. Torini, left wing, looks for a play. Brady Vale follows up in the left corner, picked off by R.J. Mahalik. Mahalik diving to the ice, trying to make a play on his hockey pants. That's taken away, put along the left boards. Nick Melissa hit by Cassian. Melissa, a good job to play it off. Cassian reverses back in the right corner. I have Brady battling with Brady Vale and Aliardi. Late in his shift will play it ahead. Can't quite get it out. Cassian top the left circle. Spitz with Cassian a shot out in front. Knocked away by Melissa, and the Whalers tired. Will dump it down into Windsor territory. Spitz trying to get that good, use a football term, ground game going deep in the Plymouth zone. Trying to pound the puck in deep, but the Whalers were able to clear the puck out.
Hey, how about that line, though, Krupper? You get the truck out there along with Steven Johnston, a wily veteran, and then you throw 16-year-old Brady Vale on that line, and they're wreaking havoc in that zone.
Pretty good size on that line, for sure. McIntyre left point the shot over top of the Whaler goal. Zach McQueen, right wing at the half wall, checked by Bo Schmitz. Mitchell Hurd to center for Tyler Brown. Brown, a back pass over the Windsor line for Mitchell Hurd along the left boards. Hurd's with Brown helping out, taken away by Kuhnhackl. Put it back behind his own goal for Nick Ebert. Kuhnhackl up the right side to Alexander Koklachev. A man with a lot of moves, but here one move too many, and McQueen almost popped a groin trying to stay on side at the Plymouth line. Spits offside in the play with exactly 6 minutes left in a scoreless first period.
Flying first period that sees the shots on goal, 6-5 right now. And Pete, a lot of action. You know, these are two clubs. We've seen every kind of game between these two teams. We've seen high-scoring affair. We've seen low-scoring affairs. You never know what to expect with these two. Usually, it's a darn good game.
That is the bottom line. Plymouth and Windsor, they play excellent hockey against one another. Jay Gilbert out of his own zone for the Whalers, and up the middle, Zarnik. Kicking it ahead over the Windsor line. A hard shot, one-timer by Raquel on goal, steered away by Jack Campbell. Zarnik along the left boards to the circle. Low shot, and it deflected. Campbell almost let it go 5-hole, but he recovered well. That went off a Windsor player, pinballed right into Campbell.
Boy, and I thought that there was going to be some garbage there, and if there was, Raquel was standing right on the doorstep, ready to slam that home, but nice recovery by Campbell, down deep.
Zarnik holds it in the Windsor zone. We'll take it right circle, tee up the shot, score! Robbie Zarnik with the laser. And the Whalers take a 1-0 lead.
Pete, we talked about Steven Johnston. I mean, here's a veteran skating rather lackadaisically out of his own zone. It was a simple stick lift. That's how the play starts. Johnston is about 10 feet away from the line, and Zarnik sneaks up behind him and says, whoops, and lifts that stick up, and then basically turns around, takes a couple steps, and fires.
That's just winning a battle for a loose puck there, Sean. That's all
Absolutely.
that is.
Absolutely it is.
Take a look here, Sean.
Watch this. You know, this is right after Zarnik steals the puck from Johnston, but Johnston's kind of lollygagging out of his own zone, and Zarnik picks his pocket.
Robbie Zarnik with his 8th of the year at 14:31. The Whalers up 1-0. Locke, right wing over the Plymouth line for Torini. Hard shot. Good stop by Wedgwood. Torini got all of that. Here's the call on the Whaler goal.
Is goal scored by number 27, Robbie Zarnik. His 8th goal on the season, scored unassisted at 14:31.
And I think that's the maturation of Robbie Zarnik, too. When you think about last year, he's kind of feeling his way. He's added some grit to his game. Not that he didn't have it last year, but a little more experience this year and a little more grit to his game.
He's doing it all over the ice, Pete. He's doing it back behind his own net. He's doing it in the neutral zone. He's picking the pocket of a veteran in his own zone to lead to the first goal of the game.
1-0 Plymouth. Troutman right wing in his own zone and went for the hit on Koklachev, who ducked just in time. Dario is trying to run him right into the pro shot. 1-0 Whalers. Ellis right wing in his own zone, takes a long look. The highest scoring defenseman in Windsor Spitfire history, Ellis. Over the Plymouth line to the slot, left wing. Ellis to the backhand, got the shot. And Ellis made something happen out of nothing there. Wedgwood to stop. Troutman and Ellis a little chatting. It'll be interesting to watch Ellis as he moves on to pro hockey.
Sure is. You know, the knock against him earlier, Pete, is, well, he doesn't play defense. Oh, he's got this shot, and he's offensively gifted. He doesn't play defense. I think he's answered that. You know, the next question is, you know, with his size, is he going to be able to make it at the next level? Pete, I'm a fan of Ryan Ellis' game. I believe that he will. I'm not saying that he's going to go win a Norris Trophy or anything like that, but even at 5'10" and 180 pounds, his skill set, Pete, is NHL.
Well, we really enjoyed a guy by the name of Dennis Weidman with the London Knights. He is a more skilled Dennis Weidman. And Weidman dominated this league. Zarnik over the Windsor line, dropping it. Raquel tried to return pass for Zarnik. That was taken away. Cassian lumbering to center, left wing over the Plymouth line, teed up the shot. Wedgwood, no problems there, out beyond his blue crease. He'll hold it, get a face-off. 1-0 Whalers with 4:02 remaining in the period. Our first period intermission guest, we're going to talk with Matt Mahalik, Sean. We need to talk to somebody smart. He was one of the academic players of the year last year in the United States Hockey League. I'm going to try to find out why he's so smart. Maybe we can both learn something.
Please.
Ellis at the left point in the Plymouth zone. Got the shot, but it was blocked by Livingston. McQueen to the puck, deep right corner in the Plymouth zone. Right point, Ebert a shot. In the air, it went off Wedgwood to the corner. Mitchell Hurd around the right side, and Livingston will chip it out in front of the Plymouth bench area. Following up Livingston out of his own zone, neutral territory. Livingston left wing over the Windsor line, blew right around Ebert. Livingston got the shot, severe angle, left goal line. Stopped by Jack Campbell. He'll hold it and get a face-off with 3:36 left in the period. 1-0 Whalers.
Pete, there was a game in London years ago when Weidman was there, and I'm sure you'll remember it. I'm convinced he played 62 minutes of a 60-minute game. It was absurd. He did not. I know we were literally laughing during the third period of this game. He went off the ice for about a 30-second shift once, and then he was back out on the ice. I'm convinced that was the only time he was off the entire third period. What a workhorse warrior he was for Dale Hunter and the London Knights.
Had a pretty fair career in the NHL, primarily with Boston and now Florida. Cassian, right wing over the Plymouth line, called on the Spitfires on the offside at the Plymouth line. With 3:29 left in the period, 1-0 Whalers. We say hello to the extended Whaler family wherever you may be listening tonight. Thanks for listening. Face it off outside the Plymouth blue line. It's Alex Aliardi, Garrett Mears, and R.J. Mahalik up front with Austin Levi and Jay Gilbert on the Whaler blue line. Ellis, right wing at his own line, left side for Dunnick. Bale in front of the Whaler bench, wheels it back behind the Plymouth goal. Wedgwood puts it on a tee for Jay Gilbert, dangerous in front of his own goal. Gilbert recovered, played it left circle to R.J. Mahalik, who played it out to neutral territory. Ellis, shake and bake around, try to work around Mahalik, went right circle for Johnston, tried to play it back on the point, but it skips out center ice. Dunnick follows up, rings it into the Plymouth zone, cleared out by Mears. Up the middle, Aliardi. Left wing it over the Windsor line, Mahalik will golf a shot, going wide, but it went off the blocker of Campbell. Mears behind the goal, Aliardi spins away from Locke. Aliardi, left wing to the goal line for R.J. Mahalik. R.J. hit by Ellis. R.J. Mahalik keeping it rolling along the left wing half wall against Ryan Ellis. They continue to battle. Aliardi helping out, trying to play it left point for Gilbert, taken away by Cassian. With Lanoux over the line. Lanoux to the right corner. Gilbert got in his way. Locke following up, back behind the Plymouth goal, taken away at the end wall by Levi. We're going to get a penalty there to Lanoux. He got the stick into Levi after a good play by Austin, and the Whalers will work on the power play on a tripping call to Lanoux at 17:43.
Yeah, I think the Bell River, Ontario native Derek Lanoux a little upset that Austin Levi picked his pocket deep in the Whaler zone, got that hook out. So, first penalty call of the game, 2:17 left, an excellent opportunity for the Whalers to make this a 2-0 game.
Plymouth on the power play. Nason, Zarnik, and Raquel up front. Hurd and Schmitz on the points. Whalers win the draw in the Windsor zone. Schmitz high slot, waits. Top the left circle, Zarnik. Try to force it in deep, blocked by Severia Posa. He'll play it out center ice.
For tripping called at 17:43 it is.
That's the penalty to Derek Lanoux. Schmitz right winging out of his own zone to center for Hurd. Hurd backhands it back behind the Windsor goal. Raquel giving chase against Dunnick. Helping out Nason. Raquel, left point, Hurd to the high slot, tees up the low shot. Off of Raquel, deflects it up in the air, and it goes behind the Windsor goal, out of play. Play whistle dead with 1:45 left in the period, 1-0 Whalers. Take a good look at Ricard Raquel.
Love the way he plays. He gives it at both ends. He can get it done, certainly offensively, and he's not afraid to put a body on it.
Hurd at center, knocked down by Whaley. Whaley will shoot it from center on the penalty kill. Wedgwood decides to cover up with Kuhnhackl coming in on it. Again, our first period intermission guest will be Matt Mahalik of the Whalers. In our second period intermission, we're going to talk to Austin Levi. Face it off to the left of Wedgwood. The Whalers work on a power play up 1-0. Aliardi won the draw, played it back behind his own goal to Bo Schmitz. Bo, the Whalers captain, to center ice. Bo gathering speed at the Windsor line, will dump it to the end wall, give chase against Ellis. Picked off, and the Spits with Dunnick will dump it down into Plymouth territory.
Boy, doesn't that show you Bo Schmitz right there? Leads the rush, throws the puck in deep. He's the first guy to the puck. Boy, can he fly.
He does most of the time. Now the Whalers called on an icing, and will bring it back into Whaler territory. 1-0 Plymouth. 1:08 left in the period. The only goal of the period, Robbie Zarnik with his 8th of the year, unassisted at 14:31. Face it off to the left of Scott Wedgwood after the Whaler icing call. Plymouth working on a power play for another 52 seconds. Johnston beat Nason to the draw. Post at the right point, pumped it back behind the Whaler goal. It's picked up by Austin Levi. Levi with a minute left in the period, and up the middle, Zarnik. Right wing over the Windsor line is Raquel. Right wing in tight, Zarnik put it through the blue ice. Nason just failed to get there. Nason, good pass. Troutman a shot. Blocked. Nason, left wing in tight. Just failed to get to the pass from Troutman. Levi's shot left point was blocked before it got through. Whalers with some good work here. Raquel, good pass to Troutman to the slot. That literally hurt Stephen Johnston as he blocked it. Spitz will dump it down into the Plymouth zone.
Johnston saved a goal earlier, sliding down, and a shot by Troutman as well, Pete, because it's a beautiful lane.
Zarnik, right wing over the Windsor line with about 20 seconds left. He has it right point back behind the Windsor goal to Nason. Nason left wing, jammed it out in front, saved. Nason out in front, Tyler Brown banging away at it. And it's loose in the blue ice. And Campbell will cover up, and the Whalers almost made it 2-0.
Boy, I don't know how that puck stayed out, Pete. It just seemed you could see it was right in front of Campbell the whole time, and a good job down there. Craig Dunick, amongst others, just keeping their body down in front of Campbell, making sure that the puck didn't slip through anywhere. Whalers tried to force that in, but you could see as soon as the bodies started to clear that Campbell had that resting right in front of those big pillowcases.
9.1 seconds left in the period, and the face-off to the right of Campbell. Mitchell Hurd won the draw. Tyler Brown, and it went off Gilbert off center ice. Cassian back, looks up at the clock, over the line, teed up the shot, blocked by Gilbert, and it went off the back wall, and Wedgwood will cover up. And we go into the dressing room with the Whalers up 1-0. Shots on goal in the first period, a dead even at 11. The only goal of the period, Robbie Zarnik with his 8th of the year at 14:31.
Boy, that was a close call at the end there. Just a crazy shot. It seemed to ricochet off of Gilbert and then almost ricocheted in off of Wedgwood, Pete. But a good period of hockey. It was a period that I think just absolutely flew by. The shots on goal were 11 apiece, but boy, it seemed like that period was over in the blink of an eye. And of course, the good news for the Whalers, they have the 1-0 lead on the unassisted tally by Robbie Zarnik.
Again, the only goal, Robbie Zarnik, his 8th of the year, unassisted at 14:31. Overall, pretty evenly played first period, and I like the work of Wedgwood. He a sharp save there in the final seconds of the first period.
Yeah, and you know, Pete, the one thing that I noticed in the first period, they played physical, but it wasn't out of control. Sometimes, you know, when you're young players and you're having a rivalry game, guys have a tendency to get out of control and try to do too much. There was physicality, there were hits, but it wasn't anything crazy.
I believe we're going to be talking with Matt Mahalik. Hopefully we'll be joining Matt in a moment. Real interesting story. Matt Mahalik, of course, the younger brother of R.J. Mahalik. And Matt Mahalik, kind of feeling his way in this league, has actually played some of his best hockey in relief. And Matt Mahalik joining us now. Matt, first of all, what was you get a chance to watch these games from a great vantage point. What did you think of the first period? Let's use you as an analyst for a few seconds. What did you think of the first period?
I think we're doing well right now. Wedge is really holding us in there. He's made a couple great stops. Zarnik came up with a big shot there. We're doing the little things right now. We just got to keep it going in the second and third.
I want to go back to a game you played in Owen Sound, and it was a tight moment in the third period, and I know this is written about in the Toledo Blade. There was a penalty kill, and you dove on the puck with your brother in the blue ice. That was kind of a nice moment for the both of you, wasn't it?
Yeah, we just kind of got up and shook our heads and said, thank God it didn't go in. But it was pretty cool, making the save, and just this whole experience of playing with my brother has been a real pleasure, and it's been it's something that not a lot of people get to experience. So I'm enjoying it.
Were you able to play with RJ at another level? I know there's a couple of years age difference between the two of you, but did you play somewhere else with RJ?
Except our first few years, the first 2 years we started playing. Other than that, we've been separated, and for the last 4 years we've been living in different states even. So it's really a pleasure to be living so close and playing on the same team.
Now the story goes when RJ got started in hockey, he had to be bribed with a trip to Disney World. I know that to be a fact. Did the Mahalik family bribe you into playing hockey, or did RJ just start throwing pucks at you?
No, I was all about it right from the get-go. I loved it, straight off the start. And once RJ got going, he started loving it too. But I had to drag him to the rink with me sometimes, so I'd have someone to shoot on me.
Hey, Matt, what have you found to be the biggest adjustment for you as a goaltender at this level? I mean, it's a big step up. You're playing in arguably the best junior league out there. What has been the biggest adjustment for you?
The biggest adjustment, one of the biggest things I'm working on right now is my ice awareness, being able to read the play because it's happening so much quicker and faster. The shots are coming so much harder. You really got to be really precise in all of your movements and know what's going to happen before it happens. So I've been working a lot with that and working a lot with our goalie coach, Stan Matwiv. He's been around the league, and actually working a lot with Wedge because Wedge has been around. This is 3rd year now. So I learned a lot from all those people, and I just try to put it all together and do the best I can.
Matt, a couple of your better games have come when you've come out of the bullpen and you've relieved Wedge. And what's your mentality when you come out and relieve your friend Scott Wedgwood? What's the thinking process there?
I just try to go in and play my game. Obviously we're already down when I'm going in. So I just try to make the saves I'm supposed to make. Don't let any bad goals in to let the team, morale get down, and just try to keep everyone's spirits up and, just try to battle back as much as possible.
One thing else, and we'll let you go, I think this is an important point. You're an outstanding student. You were one of the USHL's Academic Player of the Year last year, and I know we've talked about this before. Time management so important in getting good grades. Just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Right now it's probably the biggest challenge I've ever had as far as balancing the OHL schedule with my college classes. But it's a skill I've built over the past 5 years, just managing my time with hockey. Even growing up, doing homework at the rink just to try to get those extra hours in. It's been a big help for me, and it's just really been it's a staple to how I live my life. So
okay, Matt, we'll let you go. Thanks for the chat, and we'll talk again real soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Crap.
Matt Mahalik of the Whalers, real aware guy, real intelligent guy, and going to be a good goaltender in this league sooner than later.
Two good kids. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Their father, Ralph, always has a kind word, and it's nice to see another Mahalik around here. RJ, just what a great guy. Can't say enough positive things about him. And Matt's got himself a bright future. A lot of people are going to keep their eye on him. You got to remember, playing for the Plymouth Whalers as a goaltender usually works out well, and the Plymouth Whalers have been blessed to have some pretty quality goaltenders. Matt Mahalik, just another one in that long line.
So the Whalers lead 1-0 after one period of play on the Robbie Zarnik goal. He's Sean Belesian. I'm Pete Krebsky on the radio side. We're going to take our normal 2-minute break. On the video and television side, we'll have something as well for you. Plymouth leads at 1-0 after one, and from CompuWare Arena, this is the Whalers Broadcast Network.
Ryan Ellis, and you add a 4 of the caliber of Zach Cassidy. I'll take them both on a heartbeat.
So it's we're about ready to rejoin the Schoolcraft College Sports Network. I sounded a little bit discombobulated there. I was missing a wire, but we're back on the TV side. Welcome back to CompuWare Arena. Pete Krebsky with Sean Belesian, a 1-0 Plymouth lead after one. The only goal of the first period, Robbie Zarnik with his 8th of the year.
First period flew by, and that's one of the beautiful things about the Ontario Hockey League. To me, Pete, they really put an emphasis on letting the game breathe and letting it fly, and so many times we've had quick games here this year. That first period certainly no different in that regard. The difference in the period was Robbie Zarnik. A heads-up play. It looked like Steven Johnston was going to skate the puck out of his own zone, and Zarnik picked his pocket, lifted the stick, and turned around and fired. I mean, pretty even period other than that. And take a look at the numbers. The shots on goal, 11 apiece. The Whalers had a power play, did not do much on the power play, but the good news for the Whaler fans is they're up 1-0.
About ready to start the second period of play. We've got about 15 seconds left on the big clock at center ice. Again, my name's Pete Krepsky with Sean Belesian. Glad you're with us. Sizable crowd here tonight at CompuWare Arena.
Nice representation, Pete, in the standing room only sections. You mentioned earlier in the broadcast that as of this afternoon, there are only standing room tickets available, and certainly a lot of people walked up and took advantage of that.
Whalers in their home whites skate left to right where you start playing the second period. Puck behind the Plymouth goal. Kuhnhackl right corner for Koklachev. Alexander Koklachev. Big battle with Nason. Nason took the puck away. Spitz hold it right point. Ellis a shot. Whistled it wide. Schmitz to the puck. Right wing for Zarnik. Trying to get out. Kept in the Plymouth zone, but following up in the high slot. Good defensive play by Stefan Nason. Plays it back to the Windsor line. Spitz bring it back. Ellis in front of his own bench. Brings it around the boards in Plymouth territory. Koklachev left wing to the half wall. Hit by Zarnik. Schmitz right winging out of his own zone to center for Nason. Nason over the Windsor line will tap it to the end wall. Chase it with Zarnik against Posa and Brady Vale. Zarnik in the right corner against Vale. That's a size mismatch there and an age mismatch. Spitz though get it out with Koklachev. Vale to center. Hits the Plymouth line to the slot. Tapped away by Levi. Vale on the backhand. Put it to the left corner. Intercepted by Levi. Round on the right side for Zarnik. Robbie will chase it back behind the Plymouth goal. Leaving it behind the goal for Levi. Levi spins away from the check of his man, Stephen Johnston. Livingston on the ice, plays it out from the penalty box area. Plymouth and Windsor, 1-0 Whalers here in the second period. Livingston right wing over the Windsor line. Brown to the slot, worked around his man, got the shot. Good save by Campbell. As Brown blew around Cassian there. Cassian at the Plymouth line, picked off by Gilbert. In front of the Windsor bench, Brown tipping it ahead. Cassian brings it back. Wide right wing over the Plymouth line, tees up the shot. Blocked, I think it deflected off something, did not get through. Livingston for the Whalers up the right boards, will dump it deep into the Windsor zone. Will go far enough for racing as Hurd trying to get there. Play whistle dead, 1:47 into the period. 1-0 Whalers, a good look at Mitchell Hurd, who's picked up the pace of late, had 6 points in the last road trip for the Whalers, a 3-game road swing.
Well, that's exactly what we've been talking about, Pete. It was just like what the doctor ordered. You wanted to see some more scoring from the depth of the Plymouth Whalers, and I think we've seen that as of late.
Face it off to the right of Scott Wedgwood. The Whalers will play it out with R.J. Mahalik and Mears ahead of the play. Over the Windsor line to the slot, steered away by Ellis. Mears to the end wall with R.J. Mahalik against McIntyre and Locke. Locke playing it around the boards, held in left wing at the half wall by Melissa. High slot McDonald tipping it deep into the Windsor zone. McIntyre, former Sioux Greyhound, chips it off the glass. It'll go the length of the ice. And Windsor called on the icing. 2:13 into the period. Whalers up 1-0 on the goal by Zarnik in the first period.
Let's go back to that opportunity from Brown a few minutes ago, Pete. Good descriptive account on your part. Did a great job walking Cassian, and then Campbell again seems a little more into it tonight. Came out and challenged Brown, really took away any kind of angle that Brown had after walking around Cassian.
Spitz bring it back. Kyle Torini at center, dumping it back behind the Plymouth goal. Lanoux sealing off McDonald, but the Whalers to the puck with R.J. Mahalik. Aliardi right wing to center, worked by McIntyre, will take it back behind the Windsor goal. Left corner, left wing to the half wall now, Garrett Mears. Being checked by Ryan Ellis. Mears trying to keep it rolling, does. Garrett Mears finally picked off by Kyle Torini. Torini right wing over the Plymouth line, got the shot, blocked by Melissa. Melissa runs into Torini in the corner. Mears sweeping it around the right boards will give chase. Garrett Mears to center ice. Has Mahalik on his left, Aliardi on his right. Mears left wing the shot. Campbell made the stop. Mears following up left wing to the half wall. Tapped away by Weaverman, and the Spitz will play it out center ice. Gilbert recovers for the Whalers, right wing at his own line, and Levi tipping it out center ice. Brown on it, right wing over the Windsor line, Livingston. Right circle, Hurd, teed up the shot. Good save by Campbell. Whalers, good work there. Picked off by Hurd, left wing and over the line. Brown a shot, ripped it over top of the goal. Line doing good work, Livingston, Hurd, and Brown. Hurd to the right corner, back behind the goal, Tyler Brown. Right wing to the goal line, Tyler Brown. Leaving it for Hurd, out in front, just failed to click for Livingston. Poke checked away by Campbell. Held in right point, Brown. behind the goal, Livingston. Good work in deep by the Whalers here. Hurd picked off by Weaverman, and it skips out center ice, but good work by this line shot.
Yeah, boy, they just kept forcing it in deep, and Jack Campbell already forced to make a few good stops this second period.
1-0 Whalers. Puck shot all the way around in the Plymouth territory. Up the left side, Austin Levi. Spins away from the check of Cassian. Back behind his own goal, Robbie Zarnik winds it up. Zarnik with Raquel and Nason out there. Zarnik, wide right wing, takes it deep into the Windsor zone. Backhand shot! Blocked before it got through. Nason on the left point for Troutman. Plays it left corner for Robbie Zarnik. Zarnik, nice pass in the left corner for Raquel. Raquel cycling with Zarnik. Zarnik to the puck left wing. Left point, Troutman a shot. Blocked. Nason left wing in tight. Put it over top of Jack Campbell. Back behind the goal it goes. And the Spits with Ellis had enough of that. He'll rip it down into Plymouth territory. Windsor called on the icing. Another good shift by a Whaler forward line. This time Nason, Zarnik, and Raquel.
It's amazing. You know when it's going good for you, the puck just keeps up ending on the edge of your stick, and you saw that out of Robbie Zarnik on that last shift, Pete. There were a few times the puck just found a way on his stick, and when Robbie Zarnik has the puck, look out.
We owe you a station ID on the radio side. We'll get that momentarily. Tyler Brown wins the draw in the Windsor zone. Iafrate pinches in right corner. Wilson behind the Windsor goal looks for play. Tom Wilson battling with Craig Dunnick. Tom Wilson, the 16-year-old, picked off by Dunnick. Reverses around the left side, and Michael Clark will play it out center ice for Windsor. Left wing at his own line, McDonald. For Wilson in front of the Windsor bench. Knocked off the puck by Whaley. Windsor called on the offside at the Plymouth line. We'll take a break for station ID on the radio side and hustle right back. Plymouth 1, Windsor 0. And from Plymouth, you're listening to the Whalers in the Ontario Hockey League on 88.1 FM, WSDP, The Escape in Plymouth. Welcome back to CompuWare Arena as we near the top of the hour here in Plymouth. The Whalers up 1-0 on a first period goal by Robbie Zarnik. My name's Pete Krepsky alongside Sean Pelesian. We say hello and thank you to the Schoolcraft College Sports Network for their outstanding work. Long shot from center by Michael McIntyre of Windsor. On goal, Scott Wedgwood with the stop. He'll hold it and get a face-off. 5:05 into the period, which has been scoreless, 1-0 Whalers. Plymouth out, Nason, Zarnik, and Raquel up front. Nason picked it off, right boards in his own zone. Will chip it ahead into Windsor territory. Race for the puck, McQueen and Raquel. Size mismatch there, but McQueen took it off Raquel with a good play. Zarnik helping out, though. Back behind the goal, Raquel out in front. Nason went off his skate. He was set up well. Schmitz holding it right point. Nason got the stick up on the Windsor player. Nothing called there. Now Schmitz at center for Nason. Backhands it ahead Raquel over the line to the slot. Just barely failed to click for Zarnik. Zarnik back for the Whalers. Left wing over the line, steered away by Koklicek. And the Spitz will play it out center ice. Now Raquel picked off at the Windsor line, and the Whalers called on the icing. On the offside, at the Windsor line. The Whaler lines continue to work hard.
I think McQueen tried to sell that high stick attempt, Pete. I don't think it came within 2 feet of his face. He tried to sell it, but the officials, they weren't biting.
Well, he is a little guy, so if you get that stick up maybe knee high, it might be face high to him. No disrespect to Zach McQueen. Been a pretty good player for Windsor this year. Whalers out with Aliardi, and we're going to get a fight. Nick Melissa and Kyle Torini. Melissa and Torini. Torini the bigger man, but Melissa's got the rights, and he popped Torini pretty good. Jackhammer rights by Torini and an uppercut. Melissa the smaller man, and he caught Torini right on the button. Nick Melissa still turning the rights over. Torini switches to left. Now Melissa turned around and got a jackhammer right. Torini got one right to the back of the head and missed with another one. Gives Nick Melissa credit shot. He took on a tough customer, Kyle Torini.
Yeah, he likes to fight.
He does like to drop him.
Melissa's like to fight guy, and he can handle himself. There's no doubt about that.
Boy, Torini's been a good fighter in this league for about 3 years, and but Melissa gave him all he could handle there.
Yeah, it's two guys similar size. Melissa 6 foot 190, and Tarini about an inch taller and just under 10 pounds more. Certainly a veteran as Tarini is a 90 birthday. He'll be 21 in January, and Melissa, he's a youngin'.
Good scrap. Tarini and Melissa, they go off 5 minutes each at 5:50. Whalers out, Aliardi, Mears, and Mahalik up front. Iafrate with Colin McDonald on the points.
Whalers penalty to number 4, Nick Melissa, 5 minutes for fighting. Penalties called at 5:50.
Mears, right wing to center, will dump it back behind the Windsor goal. Mahalik on it, behind the goal against Ryan Ellis. Ellis chipped it away. Locked to center ice and Lanou. For Whaley, right wing over the Plymouth line. Active stick of McDonald, guided to the right corner. McDonald trying to get it out, hustling over, helping out Aliardi. Aliardi over the Windsor line, tapped away by Ellis. Ellis got the stick on Aliardi in the high slot. Mahalik, right wing at center for the Whalers, dumping it in behind the Windsor goal. Aliardi gives chase, and Spitz will bring it back with Michael Whaley. 1-0 Whalers, 6:40 into a scoreless second period. Mears barging right wing, left wing over the Windsor line. Garrett Mears looks for a play. Knocked down by Locke, following up Mitchell Hurd. Mears on his belly, tried to play it on the left point for Levi, taken away. Ellis solo rush over the Plymouth line. The late man Cassian, right wing, teed up severe angle shot. Stopped by Wedgwood, and the rebound played away by Tyler Brown. Held in by Ellis, got the shot, but it was blocked by Gilbert in the left faceoff circle. Cassian on it to the end wall. Into the slot, moving in the shot, over top of the goal by Stephen Johnston. And the Spitz veterans trying to get something going here. Brown to center for the Whalers, and now Livingston brings it back. Livingston checked in front of the Whaler bench by Nick Ebert. And we're going to get a penalty here. I think that I have to wait and see. This may be Windsor, but we'll wait and see. Mitchell Hurd in a battle with a Windsor player, but we'll have to wait and see. I think this is a Windsor player.
Well, you can tell they're trying to come out here this period, Pete, and really assert themselves physically. That veteran line that we spoke of, you know, Cassie and Johnston playing on the same line, they're out there really trying to wreak havoc. And Cassian forced a big cough up in the corner with just good hard work, and it led to a scoring chance from Johnston.
Whalers on a power play. Schmidt's right wing moves in, got the low shot, kicked away by Campbell. Left wing in the Windsor zone. Zarnik on the Whaler power play, picked off by Dunning. That's the Windsor penalty to Nick Ebert. Schmidt's left corner in his own zone. Around the right side, Hurd falling down. Zarnik trying to get there. Helping out goes to Raquel. Raquel being watched by Johnston. Bo Schmidt's back for the Whalers with Plymouth up 1-0. Schmidt's dumping it in, bouncing it to Campbell. He catches it outside his blue ice. We'll hold it and get a face-off. 4 seconds shy, the 8-minute mark of a scoreless second period, a 1-0 Whaler lead.
Still a minute 27 seconds left in this power play. Nick Ebert in the penalty box.
Whalers out, Nason, Raquel, and Zarnik up front. Locke won the draw from Nason in the Plymouth zone. Hard around the boards out of his own zone. Post on the penalty kill will dump it down into Whaler territory. So it's Schmitz and Levi on the Whaler points on the power play. Nason, Raquel, and Zarnik up front. Levi to center in front of the Whaler bench, dumps it back behind the Windsor goal. Campbell out, plays it up the middle, finds a seam, dumps it ahead. Schmitz being hounded by Brady Vale. Schmitz works away from that. Bo to center ice for the Whalers. Cuts across the green to the left over the Windsor line. Will dump it back behind the Windsor goal, give chase. Campbell put it to the left corner. Raquel to the end wall against Brady Vale. Nason there with Zarnik and Ellis and Vale and others. That's post as well. Big scrum in the left corner in the Windsor zone. Whalers dig it free with Zarnik. Left point, Levi tees up the shot. On goal, Campbell kicked that away. Nason, deep left corner in the Windsor zone, trying to hit Zarnik, taken away by Locke. Locke hit by Zarnik along the boards. They converge again deep in the Windsor zone. Dug free, good play, Raquel. High slot, Bo Schmitz. Will play it left wing to Zarnik, tees up the shot on goal. Saved by Campbell. Nason to the puck. Back on the left point, Levi tees it up. Score! I wonder if Raquel got a piece of it.
I think it was 24, Pete.
Whalers worked really hard, Sean.
They sure did. There was a scrum in the corner for about 15 seconds, and the Whalers came out with it. and then came out with it again. And I think Levi's shot was touched by 24 in front. We'll see, but you and I immediately looked at each other, and I think we thought the same thing, Pete, that Levi's shot from basically right in front of his bench, 58 feet away, may have been touched by 24. We'll get a good look at it here.
Whalers worked very hard here, Sean.
Well, take a look at Raquel. I mean, he just sets up shop right in front. Absolutely did. Absolutely did. That's Raquel's goal all the way.
2-0 Whalers. They work on the power play there. 2-0 Plymouth. We'll wait for the official call, but it does look like Raquel.
Campbell didn't have a prayer there.
Puck into the Plymouth zone. Koklachev put it to the slot. Back top the left circle. McIntyre shot. And Wedgwood made the stop as it looked like it changed direction. Wedge hung in there well to make the stop. Pushing and shoving at the side of the goal. 2-0 Plymouth. The second Whaler goal at 9:13. We'll see who gets credit, but I do think it is Raquel. We're going to get penalties on the play, one aside. Dario Troutman for the Whalers and Zach McQueen of Windsor.
Boy, Troutman's showing a little angst tonight. Dario's been feeling it tonight.
Looks like McQueen and Troutman off 2 minutes each at 9:22, and the Whalers up 2-0. I really like the way they worked to get that goal. Won a lot of battles deep in the Windsor zone.
Yeah, that scrum in the corner lasted a long time, and it was a 3-on-3 down there, and the Whalers just willed their way to that puck.
So we skate a far side. Koklachev wins the draw in the Plymouth zone. Ellis a shot, rattle off. Mason will deflect into Windsor territory. Here's the call on the second Whaler goal.
Scored by number 27, Robbie Zarnik. His second goal of the game, 9th goal on the season. Assisted by number 7, Austin Levi. And by number 11, Stefan Nason.
Well, they give the goal to Zarnik, but I think that was Raquel out in front.
It was.
Nason over the line with Zarnik, 2-on-2. Zarnik out in front, just failed to direct that puck on goal. Nason right wing, right point, Bo Schmitz to the high slot, tees up the shot. Rattle off, Nason deflects it left wing. Stefan Nason twists away from McIntyre to the left circle. Nason a shot on goal, stopped by Campbell. Zarnik on it, left corner. 4-on-4, but the Whalers doing good work. We're going to get another penalty here. This could be Ryan Ellis. Now it's going to be the Whalers' Zarnik. I think Zarnik's going to get a slashing call.
That's exactly what happened. Ellis, a smart defensive play. He saw the official getting away, so he jumped in front of Zarnik, really used the official as a screen, and Robbie got that slash out. But yeah, it was 24 that got that puck. But hey, I'll tell you what a nice little saucer pass from Nason to set up Zarnik, and it just rolled right off the edge of Robbie's stick.
Zarnik off at 10:25 of the second period with the Whalers up 2-0. Spits work on a 4-on-3 power play. The Whalers now 11th in the league in the penalty kill at 81.1%. They have been moving up the charts. Ellis high slot on the 4-on-3 Windsor power play. Right wing, Kuhnhackl a shot. Wedgwood got a piece of that. High slot, Kuhnhackl. They pack it in. Kuhnhackl a shot. Saved by Wedgwood. Stop the rebound. Right wing in tight by Stephen Johnston. And Wedgwood makes his 17th stop of the hockey game.
Well, and you can see what the Whalers are doing there. They'll say, okay, Kuhnhackl, you can set up just outside of the far circle. We're just not going to let 6 shoot. That's something we've seen the Whalers do for 2 years. They want to take that big shot away from number 6 because Ryan Ellis has a cannon.
Ellis left wing in tight, Cassian. Right wing for Kuhnhackl a shot. And Wedgwood got a piece of that. Koklachev, right wing, high slot, Kuhnhackl tees up the shot. Score! Wedgwood got a piece of it, but not all of it. And Kuhnhackl cuts the Plymouth lead to 2-1.
And that's a big body in front, providing the screen on Wedgwood as Zach Cassian set up shop, and he kind of scooched aside right after Kuhnhackl wound up and just found a way to sneak through Wedgwood, and that's a big power play tally for the Windsor Spitfires.
Time of the goal, 10:54. Wedgwood got most of it, but not all of it. Take a look here. Spits pack it in on the 4-on-3.
And you could see Cassian just moving out of the way of Wedgwood as Kuhnhackl was winding up.
I think it'll be Kuhnhackl all the way, but we'll wait for the call. as they are discussing things at the penalty timekeeper's box. 2-1 now. And the way they're looking at things, I'm wondering if this might be a time issue, perhaps, maybe not. They're not looking at it up here.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to take Robbie Zarnick's time off the clock right now.
Take a look here at the goal shot.
Yeah, Kuhnhackl just winds up, high slot, Cassian just moves out of the way, and Wedgwood, I think that shot just came on him, and as you mentioned, Pete just seemed to creep right through him.
Poor Kuhnhackl has picked up the pace in the last month or so, his 11th of the year. So the Spits get one back, it's 2-1.
Well, I brought it up in the first period, Pete. I thought he was their best player on the ice, and that continues here in the second period. He's rewarded with a goal.
We skate a four-side. Raquel over the Windsor line to the slot, got the shot, blocked by Ebert. Raquel to the right corner. Back top the right circle, Gilbert tees up the shot. Brown out in front, just failed to deflect that puck on goal. Brown, left wing to the half wall, left wing goal line for Ricard Raquel. Brown right corner takes a look as we skate a four-side. Brown put it back behind the Windsor goal, intercepted by Zach Cassian. Cassian trying to work around Tyler Brown. Cassian check. Now Raquel.
Assisted by number 89, Alexander Kokochev, and by number 19, Zach Cassian.
So it's a 2-1 Plymouth lead. Raquel working hard left wing in the Windsor zone. Good job to keep it alive, and Johnston plays it out neutral territory. Levi in front of his own bench, steers it back behind the Windsor goal. Plymouth 2, Windsor 1 with 8:10 left in the second period. Bo Schmitz at his own line, gaining center with it. Aliardi on it, right wing at the Windsor line, dumps it in behind the Spitfire goal. Campbell picked off right wing at the half wall by Aliardi. Missed Mears with the pass behind the goal, and the Spits will dump it down into Whaler territory. Troutman back to get it for Bo Schmitz. Took the hit on the play, but Bo will play it to the Windsor line. Veteran Ryan Ellis takes over. Hard off the left boards to Kuhnhackl at the Plymouth line. He'll carom it into Plymouth territory. Troutman back behind his own goal around the left side for R.J. Mahalik. For Aliardi and back behind the goal for Troutman. Dario Troutman being forechecked by Kuhnhackl around on the left boards. Mahalik chipping it ahead, playing it to the Windsor line. Mears giving chase. He took it off Ellis. Aliardi deep right corner. Got the shot. Might have been going wide, but it was sticked away by Campbell. Garrett Mears, left wing at the half wall, sealed off by Post in the Spits back, Kuhnhackl. Or Koklachev over the line, called on the offside. Koklachev trying to hit Kuhnhackl on the left wing at the Plymouth line, called on the offside. Alexander Koklachev, young man who scored a hat trick against the Whalers in training camp. A man with a lot of moves. As you take a look at the Windsor bench, Bob Jones on the left, the head coach. And DJ Smith, if we pan to the right, you'll see him. There he is. Tough customer in his time in the OHL with Windsor. Had a couple of Tim Hortons with the Colorado Avalanche. DJ Smith on the right. Bob Jones, a longtime assistant coach in Sudbury, was with the Wolves when they took on the Whalers in the OHL finals as an assistant in 2007. Was also an assistant coach in the Sioux and in Brampton. Finally came over here to Windsor a couple of years ago and is now the head coach with Bob Bugner, going as an assistant coach with the NHL's Columbus Blue Jackets.
Nice to see Jared Bull get his first of the year a couple nights ago in a whitewash of what had been the red-hot St. Louis Blues up to that point, Crupper.
It wasn't pretty. It was a backhand shot from the left goal line, but they all go in and they all count. Good for Bolin. We appreciate that very much. 2-1 in favor of the Whalers. Torini chasing it deep in the Plymouth zone, steered away by Wedgwood. Torini left wing to the goal line, tried to jam it out in front, played away. Dunnick a shot, and Wedgwood steered that to the corner. Whalers with Wilson, can't quite get it out. Lock, high slot, had a man out in front. Lanoux steered away by Zarnick. Now to Van, to center. Wilson will chase it from the penalty box here, bumping with Dunnick. That's a good battle, and Dunnick played ahead, but Zarnick anticipates well, carries it left wing over the Windsor line. Zarnick picked off in the corner by Weaverman, following up Wilson, trying to go high slot for Gilbert, taken away by Derek Lanoux of Windsor. Lanoux right wing over the Plymouth line, dropping it for Cassian. Cassian along the right board's always a threat. Cassian twisting and turning, high slot, Ebert a shot on goal, and Wedgwood got his glove on that. And the Whalers relieve the pressure as McDonald will dump it down into Windsor territory. Plymouth called on the icing. 2-1 Whalers with 6:06 left in the period.
Well, the Spitfires really did a good job of putting the pressure on that line. A couple of the big boys out there, Wilson and Devan, left running around a little bit in their own zone.
Face it off to the right of Wedgwood. Hurd on the draw against Zach Cassian. Hurd won it cleanly. Gilbert back behind his own goal for the Whalers, held in at the point by McIntyre, dumped it back behind the Whaler goal. Levi and Gilbert on the Whaler defense. Livingston, Brown, and Hurd up front for Plymouth. 2-1 Whalers, Livingston to center, plays it out from the penalty box area. McIntyre for Cassian over the Plymouth line, but the Spits offside at the Plymouth line with 5:49 left in the period. Get a chance, we'll take a look at the 88.1 FM out-of-town scoreboard, a normal, busy Friday night around the OHL. Pete Krebsky and Sean Pelesian reporting tonight from Plymouth. It is our pleasure to bring you this one, the Whalers and the Spits, before an enthusiastic crowd, pretty much a full house here at CompuWare Arena. Tyler Brown to center. Right wing and over the Windsor line for James Livingston. Livingston right wing to the half wall for Hurd, moving in, got the shot! Stopped by Campbell. And Hurd with a lot of moves there. Campbell waited him out, made the stop.
Pete, I think Campbell's been really solid here tonight. I really do. He looks like a different goaltender than the last time we saw him, doesn't he? He was a young man that I thought was really struggling a bit fighting the puck, and tonight you're seeing more of that confidence. You're seeing some patience. And Campbell, I think, made a few big saves, or else this might be a 2-3 goal lead by the Whalers right now.
Always a bit of an adjustment when you come to a new league. Aliardi won the draw in the Windsor zone. Aliardi with Mears and R.J. Mahalik up front. Mahalik to the end wall against Posa. Aliardi to the end wall trying to play it back left point for Melissa. Taken away by McCann of Windsor. Dumping it back behind the Plymouth goal. I.F. Brady got his stick out on Brady Bale. Bale for Windsor in the right corner looking for a play. Bale, the left-handed shot, leaving it for Dunnick. That's Ellis, way up on the play behind the goal. Taken away by R.J. Mahalik up the right boards to Aliardi. Aliardi checked by Whaley. Bale picked it off in the circle, and it's taken away by R.J. Mahalik and Mears on the rush. Left wing over the Windsor line, Garrett Mears waits. Got the shot, fired it wide. Round on the right boards. And the Spits, Whaley plays it out center ice. Bale goes for a skate in the Plymouth zone, but it's cleaned up by Bo Schmitz. Up the middle on the Windsor side of center, Aliardi over the line. Knocked right down in the Windsor slot by Ellis. Posa for Koklachev. Good speed over the line. Got the shot. Save made. Koklachev on the rebound, and Wedgwood got a piece of that as well. Back behind the goal, I.F. Brady. Left it for Bo Schmitz. He'll play it hard around the boards. And the Whalers get it out with Garrett Mears. Lead pass, Mahalik. Late in his shift, left wing over the line. RJ will dump it back behind the Windsor goal. Mears gives chase, ran into his man Weberman. Right point, Schmitz holding it. Got the shot. Deflected right on goal. Stopped by Campbell. Without his stick again, Zarnik. Left wing got the shot. I think it was blocked before it got through by Kuhnhackl. Schmitz trying to hold it right point. Does. Bo will dump it behind the goal, Zarnik. Left wing to the half wall. Mears been out on the ice for a long time. Mears bowled over by Grant Weberman, and it's out center ice. Kuhnhackl back for Windsor. In a 2-1 Plymouth lead, we're going to get a Whaler penalty here. As McQueen moved his head back like he was high stick. We'll have to wait and see. It will come at 16-10.
Yeah, we've seen McQueen try to sell one, and the officials weren't buying earlier, but I think they're going to buy this one.
Bo will go off. Bo Schmitz for the Whalers at 16-10. So the Spits trailing 2-1, work on a power play.
I don't think Bo likes it because I think, I didn't get a good look at it. Well, let's see here, Pete. There's a big hit by Weberman there, the Novi native on Garrett Mears, and then coming back the other way, Bo got a stick up. Not sure if it caught McQueen or not, but McQueen tried to sell one earlier. Maybe he tried to sell that one.
That's the penalty to Bo Schmitz. It's a 2-1 Plymouth lead. The Spits work on a power play. McDonald for the Whalers behind his own goal. Around the left side, Tyler Brown banks it off a Windsor player. It goes into the Windsor bench area. Our intermission guest coming up in the second intermission, Austin Levi of the Whalers. And he has his share going up against guys like Zach Cassian. Face it off to the left of Wedgwood. Spits win the draw, Cassian. Has it again, high slot, got the shot. Good block by Livingston. Livingston will play it out center ice. The Whalers with veterans up front on the penalty kill. Brown and Livingston, a couple of overages. Koklachev, right wing over the Plymouth line. Left circle, Ebert. Plays it left corner, Kuhnhackl got tied up with the referee. Now it's taken free by Cassian. Left point, Ebert, around on the right side, Koklachev. Right wing to the goal line, right corner, Thomas Kuhnhackl. Taken away by McDonald, taken away in turn by Koklachev. Koklachev, right wing at the half wall. Missed Ellis with the pass. The puck will slide all the way down into Windsor territory, and the Whalers get fresh penalty killers out there. Minute left in the penalty to Schmitz, 2-1 Whalers. 2:50 left in the second period. Ellis in front of the penalty box area. Pass went off a stick and into the Windsor bench. Ellis looks like he's a little tired. He'll go to the Windsor bench. Not sure how long, though, on the Windsor power play.
I think that may have caught DJ Smith right in the behind, Crupper.
DJ's a tough guy,
That's
though.
about as PC as I can say it, but still got his hand on his behind and wincing a little bit over there.
DJ Smith, one of the real good guys in this league. Johnston left wing over the Plymouth line to the circle. Taking off the puck, good play, Melissa. Johnston keeping it rolling for Windsor to the slot. Has Locke out in front of the goal. Johnston right wing holding onto it, and Ellis. The trigger man tees up the shot. Big wind up there, and Raquel got in the way of it. Puck in the corner, dug free by Locke. High slot Ellis. Right wing for Johnston. High slot Ellis will tee up, fake a shot. Right wing Ellis again. McQueen working out in front. McQueen now to the end wall. Lower rim of the right circle, Johnston. Right point, Ellis will wait. Goes to the high slot again. Right wing, Johnston. High slot again. Ellis a shot. And Wedgwood got a piece of that. Loose out in front. Elisa put it to Wedgwood. Now it goes right goal line for Raquel. He'll dump it down into the Plymouth zone.
That was a great shift by Raquel. Coming out a couple times to take it away from Ellis, Trupper, and then clearing that garbage.
Johnston left wing over the Plymouth line. Waits. Stephen Johnson leaving it. McIntyre shot. Wedgwood got his elbow on that. 2-1 Whalers. Johnston behind the goal. Koklachev out in front. And the shot by McQueen, not sure it got through. McIntyre shot blocked. Raquel back for the Whalers with 1:25 left in the period. Raquel with the van over the line. Zarnik, the late man, left circle. Got the shot. Save man. DeVan banging away at the rebound. Jamie DeVan trying to play it right point for Gilbert. Taken away by Cassian. Cassian left wing over the Plymouth line. Gilbert staying with him as well as he can. Gilbert to the right corner for Posa. Way up on the play to the defenseman. Put it in behind the Plymouth goal. Taken away by Levi. Austin Levi up the middle of center with a minute left in the period. Levi will dump it down into Windsor territory, and the Whalers called on the icing. With 56.2 seconds left in the period, our second period intermission guest, Austin Levi, the Whalers.
Whalers trying to say they touched up on that. They don't understand why that puck comes all the way at the other end, but it's going to go to no avail. Going to take a face-off deep in their own zone.
Face it off to the left of Scott Wedgwood. Hurd and Tarini on the draw in a 2-1 Plymouth lead. Tarini won it. Ellis, right wing boards, takes a look. It failed to click for Tarini. Picking it up, Colin McDonald around on the right side. Livingston trying to get it out. Kept in by Locke. Right circle, Schmitz off the glass. To center for Livingston. Livingston chipping it ahead. Tyler Brown, right wing in tight. Tried to go out in front for Hurd. Taken away by Ellis with a smart play. Here's Livingston, left boards, picked off by Ellis. 30 seconds left in the period. The Whalers up 2-1. Tarini over the Plymouth line, dumps it to the end wall. Bo Schmitz trying to get there first, chipping it around the right boards, and Livingston with an open lane, right wing to center. Livingston over the Windsor line with Tyler Brown. Livingston the shot, ripped it over top of the Windsor goal. Schmitz up on the play, right wing to the half wall. For Brown to the slot, Hurd, left wing. Mitchell Hurd the shot, blocked before it got through. Now it goes high slot for Bo Schmitz. Schmitz with time winding down, and it'll be a 2-1 Plymouth lead after 40 minutes of play. Shots on goal in the period by the Whalers, 13 for a game total of 24. By Windsor, 12 for a game total of 23.
Well, the play really picked up, I thought, in the second period. It was a swift-moving first period, Pete, but the play really picked up in the second period. I think Windsor certainly had more quality chances. The Whalers, of course, coming hard as well. But all in all, a solid first 40 minutes. And Pete, we're in store for what should be a great 20 minutes to end this game here tonight.
Our intermission guest, and we'll get with him in a few moments' time, Austin Levi. The Whalers And we'll get with Austin momentarily. The Whalers led 1-0 after one on a goal by Robbie Zarnik. They made it 2-0, a goal credited to Zarnik, but I think it's going to be Raquel on the change. 2-0 Whalers at that point. Windsor got one back on the goal by Thomas Kuhnhackl. And getting ready to chat with us for a few minutes, Austin Levi. But Sean, a very entertaining game so far.
Yeah, and you're right. I think what they're going to do when they look at that replay, they'll see it was Raquel that got that. A great 40 minutes, and it didn't take long for the emotions to take over. And certainly a guy that has to take care of that in his own zone is going to be our intermission guest, number 7, Austin Levi.
We're going to talk with Austin, I believe, right now. Austin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Austin, what's it like going up against a big guy like Zach Cassian almost every other shift? I mean, you and Bo Schmitz and a couple of other guys go up against him quite a bit. What's it like playing against a guy like that?
It's tough. He's a really big guy, so all you have to do really defensively is contain him, kind of push him out the boards. You can't run at him too much because he's got a lot of strength and he'll just spin off you. But if you can contain him, then he's not too hard to play against.
I've watched the Whalers try to defend Ryan Ellis for 3 years, and we won't get into a lot of secrets here, but obviously you try to get in the shooting lanes and the passing lanes with a guy like Ryan Ellis.
Yeah, Ellis has a really great shot from the point. He's their power play specialist, so he's always out there trying to get pucks through the net, and he does a really good job of it. So I think our forwards have done a good job of staying in front of his shots and getting pucks out on a penalty kill.
Want to go back to the summer, and you were taken by the Carolina Hurricanes. You were shocked to be taken in the 3rd round, but I mean, I've really watched you develop. You really worked hard for that honor, and that's really a credit to you. Just talk about your development as a player, because when you first got here, you didn't play a whole lot for the Whalers.
I didn't play a lot my first year. It was really just about the coach's confidence in me. They put me out there in situations, and I screwed up a lot, but they had a lot of confidence in me and kept putting me back out there. And so my second year here, I was able to play a more steady role on the team, and I was noticed by Carolina, so it was great experience.
Austin, what's the transition been like for you? I mean, here just not that long ago, you were the young guy, and now you can tell a lot of the young guys look up to you for guidance and suggestion. How's that transition been for you?
It's been great. I mean, once you have a couple of years in league, you know what it takes to win, and you know pretty much all the ins and outs of it. So being in the league, you have that experience to help the younger guys come along.
Now, Carolina was here last year for practice. You went to Carolina's training camp, and with all NHL teams, conditioning, both mental and physical, even before you hit the ice, is so critical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very critical that you take care of all your off-ice responsibilities. You got to really work hard in the gym and be ready to go every day. And, stay mentally focused and positive, and then you should be able to play a good game out there.
Austin, one more thing, we'll let you go. I don't think we've really seen the best hockey the Whalers can play yet this year. It always seems to take a little bit of time, but the Whalers are starting to put it together slowly but surely. Is that the way you see this?
We have a young team, a lot of inexperienced guys, but I think we're gelling together as a team and kind of growing up really fast, so I think we've got a lot of great hockey to come.
Beautiful. Austin, we'll let you go. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
Austin Levi of the Whalers. Sean, we're getting a lot of praise about these interviews with the Whaler players, but I think you got to give the Whaler players themselves a lot of credit.
Yeah,
they're terrific.
It isn't coming from us. I mean, these kids are so insightful. I mean, they're so well thought out, and their youthful exuberance. And you take a look at Austin Levi, and something he said struck a chord with me, Pete. As I mentioned, it wasn't that long ago. He was the guy sitting up here, and you could just tell looking at him. Boy, did he want to be out on the ice. And the way he conducts his business, he's been nothing but professional. He made the most of his opportunity and earned a spot and earned a draft choice as well from the Carolina Hurricanes. So good for Austin.
And a lot of people said, Austin Levi in the 3rd round, what's that all about? But if you talk to the Carolina Hurricane scouts, and Tony McDonald's the head scout, he was very happy to get Austin in the 3rd round.
Well, and the funny thing about it, when you follow the Central Scouting Bureau, it wasn't that much of a reach. I think a lot of times, people maybe want the flash and dash of a guy back on the blue line. Well, Austin Levi's maybe not going to give that to you. What he's going to give you is an honest effort. He's going to give you some size, and he's going to give you a cerebral game as well.
And you hit it right on the head, Sean. He competes like crazy.
Sure does. Boy, he always thinking. You can tell. You can see him thinking out there. And just the way he talked about taking on Zach Cassian, he made it sound so simple. Hey, Austin, I want nothing to do with that guy. But he made it sound so simple, and that's a sign of a smart defenseman thinking about the game.
So the Whalers lead 2-1 after 40 minutes of play. On the radio side, we'll take our normal 2-minute break. On the video and TV side, we'll have something for you as well. Whalers 2, Windsor 1 after 40 minutes of play. It's Scout Weekend here at the CompuWare Arena. Make sure you're prepared. We'll be back in a couple of minutes after this timeout. This is the Whalers Broadcast Network from CompuWare Arena. Back to the TV side, we welcome everybody back to CompuWare Arena. The third period about to start between the Whalers and the Spitfires. Plymouth leading by a score of 2-1. I'm Pete Krupski with Sean Beliziak. We say hello to the extended Whaler family, maybe some Windsor fans watching or listening as well. And there you take a look at what stats we have after 40 minutes of play.
Fairly even. It's been a swift-moving game. We've had a scrap. We've had some big hits. We've had some nice stops by both goaltenders. Expect a dandy of a third period.
I'm told a lot of scouts leave after 2 periods of play, so if you're an NHL scout and you've left the building and you're listening in on 88.1 FM, we say hello to you. Thanks for coming out tonight. We hope to see you tomorrow night when the Whalers take on the Kitchener Rangers.
Kitchener Rangers off to a good start as well, Pete. Another one of those games, whenever Kitchener's in town, it's just a fun night.
And the Rangers in town tomorrow night. We'll have it for an 88.1 FM beginning at 6:45. We actually meant to get to a taped interview with Ed Wright of PlymouthCantonSports.com talking about the big football game tomorrow between Plymouth and Detroit Novi Catholic Central. Perhaps we'll air that tomorrow. We just had a lot of content and not a lot of time. Take a look at the Spits and the Whalers taking a pause to refresh. DJ Smith, no worse for wear, taking that puck to the posterior. And Scott Wedgwood ready to man the Whalers' goal in the third period.
Yeah, he's made some big stops tonight. He hasn't had to face as many difficult shots. I think the Whalers' defense corps done a good job in front of him tonight.
Whalers in their home whites will skate right to left in the third period of play. We say hello and thank you to the good folks at 88.1 FM. And the TV side, we're looking at some of the big crowd here. A lot of kids in the crowd, a lot of Boy Scouts as well. And Jack Campbell, first-round pick of the Dallas Stars, who's been signed by the Stars, ready to take the Spitfire goal off to the left. Girl Scouts here as well in the building. And they'll come back, a lot of them tomorrow night as well.
My daughter's in her first year, Pete. I think it's called Daisies. Is that what it is? Daisies or something?
Have no idea. Maybe we should ask Jack Campbell. Maybe he would know. Not sure. Campbell's got some other things to think about right now. The Whalers with Scott Wedgwood in goal, Austin Levi. And Jake Gilbert on the fence. The Whalers with Robbie Zarnik. As Johnston carries it over the Plymouth line to the corner, being checked by Gilbert. Johnston out in front, Cassie in the shot. Good stop by Wedgwood. He stopped the rebound as well. Right off the bat, Johnston and Cassie and the veterans. Good work there with Brady Vale.
Boy, Johnston came down like a bull out of a china shop. Krupper just came down, and Gilbert had to make a nice play to push him to the side. Take a look here. Cassian with a shot, and then a little garbage came out, but Wedgwood jumped on top of it. Make sure there wasn't another opportunity.
Johnston won the draw in the Plymouth zone from Mitchell Hurd. Around on the right side, Brady Vale in a 2-1 Plymouth lead. Vale put it top of the circle, cleaned up by Livingston. Gilbert to center for Tyler Brown at the Windsor line, taken away by Ellis. Johnston right wing over the Plymouth line to the circle. Low shot kicked away by Wedgwood. Spitz with some early jump here. Left wing boards McIntyre a shot. Stopped by Wedgwood. He'll hold it and get a face-off. Michael McIntyre made his Spitfire debut opening night with a pair of goals against the Whalers. A 5-4 Windsor victory. He scored what proved to be the game-winning goal in that game, Michael McIntyre of Windsor. Face it off to the right of Wedgwood. Hurd on the draw for the Whalers. Mitchell Hurd beat Koklachev to it. Troopman around on the right wing for James Livingston. Livingston bodied to the ice by Koklachev. Ellis left wing at his own line for Windsor. Up for McQueen at center. He'll ring it around the boards in Whaler territory. Kuhnhackl left wing to the half wall. Back behind the goal, McQueen. Good takeaway by Bo Schmitz. Bo backhands it up the left side, and Brown plays it to the center ice line. Troopman intercepts at his own line, played it out in front of the Windsor bench. Ellis follows up, steers it back behind the Whaler goal again. Bo Schmitz turning away from the check of Kuhnhackl. Schmitz around the left side to Troutman. The outlet clicks right wing to center for Brown. Brown over the line, onside for Livingston, right circle. Livingston, right wing to the goal line. Put it out in front, and it's blocked by Campbell. Spitz control, but it's kept in left point by Troutman. They'll say that Dario played it back in with mates trapped in the zone. Plymouth offside, 1:25 into the period.
Oilers had an opportunity in the neutral zone for a 3-on-2, but one little misplay. Puck just rolled right off a stick. And that kind of did away with the 3-on-2 as one of the forwards got back and turned that into an even man rush.
Plymouth with Aliardi, Mears, and R.J. Mahalik up front. Nick Melissa and Colin McDonald on the points. Torini left wing in the Plymouth zone. Left point post a shot. Good block, diving to it, Aliardi. Playing it out center ice, Mears. Right wing over the Windsor line with Aliardi. Mears the shot, right circle. Stopped by Campbell. Mears guided into Jack Campbell. Mears crashes back first into the end wall. Play whistle dead. We've played 1:45 of a scoreless third period. The Oilers up 2-1.
Posa does the I didn't do anything, hands up in the air while the stick is still stuck in the legs.
Plymouth will change it up. Zarnik, Raquel, and Nason up front for the Oilers. Face it off to the left of Campbell. Johnston beat Nason to the draw. It's out center ice. Spitz with Vale, right wing over the line. Cassian teed up the shot. Off the stick of Levi, deflects it right boards. Johnston holding it at the point. Vale high slot. The whistle is dead. A Windsor hand pass. Advance the puck. Whistle blows. 1:59 into a scoreless third period. 2-1 Oilers.
Well, earlier in the game, it was the Kuhnhackl line that was really doing the damage, and I still contend he's been their best player on the ice. But, boy, this big line of Cassian and Vale and Johnston, they've wreaked some havoc tonight as well. Have nothing to show for it, however.
Plymouth out. Stefan Nason, Ricard Raquel, and Robbie Zarnik up front. Jay Gilbert and Austin Levi in defense. Linesman doing some work on the ice surface. Never know, you might see your good buddy Clint out there fixing the ice surface. If not now, a couple hours from now.
Does great work. Been here for a long time, a Compular Arena mainstay.
Face it off outside the Plymouth line. Puck shot into Windsor territory. Left wing in his own zone, McIntyre. Played around on the other side. Raquel holds it left wing in the Windsor zone. For Nason. Nason trying to play it in deep for Zarnik. Stefan Nason against Cassian. Ellis knocks it down, goes to the Windsor slot. Ellis backhanding it ahead. Brady Vale in front of the Whaler bench. Clears it back behind the Plymouth goal. Back behind his own goal, Levi. Put it left corner. Zarnik trying to get there against Cassian. Cassian hooking on Zarnik. They continue to battle deep in the Plymouth zone. Levi, good recovery around the left side to Ricard Raquel. Nason right wing over the Windsor line. Will chip it to the end wall, chase it. Campbell playing it around the boards. It eluded Zarnik and the Spitz back with Cassian. Up the middle, Stephen Johnston over the Plymouth line against Colin McDonald. McDonald nicely guided him to the corner. Loose puck, McQueen picked up a loose puck, ripped it over top of the Plymouth goal. Whalers back, here's Mears. Up ahead, Zarnik over the line. Zarnik left wing. Passed it left boards, left point, McDonald low shot. Knocked away in the slot area. As that loose puck went to McQueen out in front of the Plymouth goal, he ripped it wide.
Boy, just seemed to roll right off the stick of Colin McDonald, the right to McQueen, and he wound up and let fire.
McQueen at center, dumping it into Scott Wedgwood. It goes into Wedge. He'll hold it, get a face-off. 3:25 into the period. Take a look here. Good work by Colin McDonald there, but the puck squirts free off a Whaler player. And McQueen ripped it right over top of the goal.
Yeah, check that. I think it was off the stick of Gilbert. I apologize to Colin. I think it was Gilbert's stick. It just rolled right off the edge of Gilbert's stick.
Face it off to the left of Scott Wedgwood. A 2-1 Whaler lead here in the third period. Mitchell Hurd on the draw beat Koklachev to it. Schmitz back behind his own goal around the right side. Livingston, a check by Dunick. Right wing in the corner, it's Koklachev battling with Colin McDonald, who won that battle. Tyler Brown out center ice, Livingston on it. Hits the Windsor line high slot, will take it wide right wing. Livingston behind the goal, holding it left wing to the goal line. Livingston left circle, low shot, threaded it just wide. Right point, Bo Schmitz. Dumping it around the boards, Tyler Brown trying to get there, and Livingston spreading it out, holding it at the right point. Livingston back behind the goal, Tyler Brown. Brown on the left side, Hurd. Behind the goal, Tyler Brown. Brown out in front, just failed to click for Livingston, and Kuhnhackl cleans it up. Thomas Kuhnhackl, left wing at the Plymouth line. Long shot steered away by Wedgwood. Colin McDonald for the Whalers, and Brown to center for Livingston. Late in his shift, Livingston will flip it into Jack Campbell. The Whalers will go to change. 4:20 into a scoreless third period. Plymouth 2, Windsor 1. Torini right wing at center, dumping it in behind the Plymouth goal, and Max Frady there for the Whalers. Picked off by Torini, right wing to the half wall in the Plymouth zone. Cleaned up by Aliardi, and here's Mears on it. Right wing over the Windsor line, Mears. Back behind the goal, Aliardi. Aliardi for Mahalik, right point. Frady holding it. Now Mears behind the goal, Aliardi trying to get there, but it's taken away. Left point, Melissa shot, knocked down in the circle. Goes to Aliardi, got the shot, ripped it over top of the Windsor goal. Mahalik left corner for Garrett Mears. Mears checked on the play, and the Spits bring it back with McCann. Kept in by Mahalik, left boards in the Windsor zone. Kept in by Mears still. Finally, Torini plays it off the glass, bounces it out center ice. Right wing in his own zone is Max Frady, left side for Melissa. On the Windsor side of center, Aliardi directs it back behind the goal, 5:30 into a scoreless third period. Front of the penalty box area, Levi battling with Lanoux. They continue to battle. Nason played ahead, intercepted by Posa. At center ice, Ebert on a change will rip it around the boards in Whaler territory first. Zarnik to the puck, back behind his own goal. Gilbert hard around, kept in at the point by McIntyre. McIntyre in tight left circle, took the shot wide. Levi looking around, left wing in his own zone for Nason. To center, it clicks to Raquel with Zarnik joining the play. Raquel a shot, steered away by Campbell. Now Ellis will settle it down. Up the right side, Michael Whaley for Windsor, center ice Lanoux. Over the line, Lanoux a shot, going wide. Wedgwood taking no chances, Sean. Will make the stop, settle it down, and get a face-off.
Well, the Spitfires were the ones that came out of this period with a big jump, and all of a sudden they have the lead in shots on goal by a margin of 28-25, but the Whalers weathered that early storm. A good shift there by Mahalik and crew, getting the puck in deep and creating some opportunities other way.
We owe you station ID on the radio side. We'll get that in a couple moments' time. 2-1 Whalers. 6:06 into the third frame. Tyler Brown and Zach Cassian on the draw to the left of Scott Wedgwood. Brown replaced now by Mitchell Hurd, who played it back behind the goal to Gilbert. Johnston gives chase. Gilbert played around the boards, intercepted by Cassian. Hard shot, stopped by Wedgwood. Vale in the slot, steered it wide of the Plymouth goal. Levi sealing off Vale left wing. Left point McIntyre shot. Good block by Livingston. He'll deflect it out center ice. Left wing in his own zone, McIntyre. Played it ahead, Cassian. Right wing over the Plymouth line, steered along the boards. Good play, Levi. Held in by Johnston. He'll take it right corner to Cassian. Cassian to the circle. Right point, Ellis a shot. Fired it wide. Brown on the right boards. Livingston will get there, settle it down. Play it ahead. It just failed to click for Tyler Brown on the Windsor side of center. Tyler did play it from the Windsor side of center, so no icing. Ellis back for the Spits. For Cassian, he'll tip it back behind the Plymouth goal. Bo Schmitz leaving it left corner for Troutman. 2-1 Whalers, 7 minutes into the third period, which has been scoreless. Aliardi to center, will dump it back behind the Windsor goal, chase it. Campbell reverse it around the right side. The Spits bring it out with Zach McQueen. Lead pass for Kuhnhackl, but Schmitz will get there first for the Whalers. Nice move by Schmitz around the right side for Garrett Mears. Now here's Mahalik over the line for Mears to the slot. Or that's Aliardi, got the shot, blocked by Dunnick. And a whistle blows, and we'll see who gets this call, a slash. We'll have to wait and see. I think it's going to be the Whalers' R.J. Mahalik on a slash.
I think the guy he got, as a matter of fact, was Nick Ebert. So a golden opportunity now, Pete, for the Windsor Spitfires to even this game up. They've got a power play tally already, and it didn't take long in that power play. So the Whalers certainly going to be pressured. This Spitfire power play heading into tonight, 5th in the league. Whalers penalty kill, 11th in the league.
Face it off to the right of Wedgwood. We'll get that station ID momentarily. Spitz won the draw. Ellis shot left point blocked. Ellis picks it up to the slot. Spitz on a power play. McIntyre left point. Top the right circle. Ellis a shot. Save made. Loose to the slot. Cleared away by Livingston. Right point Ellis. surveys the situation, top the left circle. McIntyre shot stopped by Wedgwood. Koklachev for Windsor on the power play, left wing in the Plymouth zone. Cassian, left corner, left point McIntyre, right wing Ellis. Tried a deflection, right wing at the goal for Kuhnhackl, taken away. McDonald around the right side and Livingston. Well, the Whalers relieves the pressure, playing it into Windsor territory.
Great little chip there by McDonald off the glass to his mate, who was able to send it the length of the ice.
Schmitz picks it off at center, played it to the Windsor line, brought back by Ellis. Koklachev, right wing over the Plymouth line, and Cassian heads to the slot on the Windsor power play. Ellis right wing the shot, and the stop made by Wedgwood. He'll hold it and get a face-off. We'll take that station ID now. Come right back. 2-1 Whalers. When we come back, we'll have the conclusion of tonight's game. You're listening to the Whalers from Plymouth on 88.1 FM, WSDP, The Escape. Welcome back to Plymouth. Spitz on a power play. Plymouth 2, Windsor 1. Ebert top the left circle on the Windsor power play. High slot, Ellis always a threat. Johnston right wing the shot. Blocked out in front by Melissa. Held in by Locke. Along the right boards, Johnston. Johnston battling with Bo Schmitz. Johnston played it back on the point, but nobody was there. Ellis was at the midpoint of the Plymouth line. Ellis back to get it at his own line. McQueen right wing over the Plymouth line along the right boards, met by Bo Schmitz, knocked down by Schmitz. Schmitz in the corner against McQueen. Locked there with Melissa as well. Kept in right point, Ellis. Ellis bounces it back behind the goal. McQueen playing it for Johnston. Spitz with a lot of puck possession, not a lot to show for it. Good play by Bo Schmitz around the left side, and Livingston backhands it into Windsor territory. 15 seconds left in the penalty to Mahalik. 9:05 into a scoreless third period. The Whalers up 2-1. Zach Cassian to center. Bounces it off the back wall. It pinballs into Scott Wedgwood. He'll play it off to his left, glove it, and get a face-off.
Boy, a good kill here by the Whalers. Early pressure by the Spitfires on this power play opportunity. And since then, the Whalers have done a fantastic job of sending that puck the length of the ice and keeping the pressure off of Scott Wedgwood.
Base it off to left of Wedgwood. Cassian won the draw. Ellis right boards to the slot. Cassian shot. Good block by Zarnik. Race for the puck. Zarnik trying to work off Cassian. Coming in right wing. Got the shot. Buried it wide. Whalers back at full strength. Nason, left point. Troutman put it to the right corner. Zarnik looking for a play behind the Windsor goal. Zarnik bodied off the puck. Good play by McIntyre. Held in left point. Troutman a shot. Stopped by Jack Campbell. He'll hold it. Get a face-off as it remains a 2-1 Plymouth lead.
Good kill there, and then Robbie Zarnik showing some explosion to blow by Cassian, but Cassian, that body's just so big and wide, Pete. He made himself big, and Zarnik just couldn't get all the way around.
Whalers out, Aliardi, Mahalik, and Muirs up front. Melissa and Iafredi on the points. Locke beat Aliardi to the draw, and the puck eluded Melissa at the point. Nick will kneel on the puck and along the boards, left wing at center to keep it alive. Spitz bring it back, Posa over the Plymouth line, left wing the shot. Off the stick of Iafredi wide. Torini right boards in the Plymouth zone, hit by Mahalik. Whalers dig it free with Melissa. Up the middle, Iafredi on the rush. Over the Windsor line, got the shot. As Campbell got a piece of that. Deflects it out of play and into the netting above the glass. Young Max Iafredi starting to play a little more.
Sure is, and you know what? He's playing with a lot more confidence as well. He is a big boy. He doesn't look it, Pete. When you look at number 34, and there's Alex Aliardi right there, but when you look at Max Iafredi, he doesn't look like a big boy, but he is a big boy. He's 6'2" and 220 pounds.
Guy who works closely with Max Iafredi, the guy who runs the Whaler defense there, Joe Steffen, has done a real good job developing Whaler defensemen over the years. And you think about Austin Levi, Bo Schmitz, Colin McDonald, Mikkel Jordan, and Leo Jenner, and on and on. A lot of good defensemen have come out of this place, and Scott Wedgwood has developed nicely as the lead man for the Whalers in goal. Watch Matt Hackett for a couple years as Scott Wedgwood has fit in nicely with the Whalers. 2-1 Plymouth. 9:51 left in regulation. The lead goal at this point, Ricard Raquel in the second period. Plymouth out with Mitchell Hurd, Tyler Brown, and James Livingston up front. Puck loose at center. Levi got in the way of Johnston. Livingston left wing over the Windsor line, teed up the shot. Blocked by Ebert. Chopping at it, left wing at the goal line, Tyler Brown. Campbell will dive on the puck and get a face-off. Play whistle dead with 9:40 left in regulation.
Boy, you like this line because you have the speed of Brown and the work of Livingston, and Mitchell Hurd's going to be looking for any garbage he can get. Nice stop there by Campbell on the deflection.
Hurd won the draw, Levi the shot, deflected, and Campbell a double clutch but made the stop. Face it off to the right of Jack Campbell. Hurd, Livingston, and Brown up front. This time Cassian won the draw, but Brown got the puck. Right wing in front, Livingston had the shot, but passed to Brown right corner. High slot, McDonald a shot. Did not get through. Ebert playing without a stick, and the Whalers have it. Lower rim of the left circle with Mitchell Hurd. Cycling with Livingston in the left corner. Behind the goal, Mitchell Hurd with the Whalers up 2-1. Brown in the right corner, cycling with Hurd against Ebert and Johnston. Hurd works away from that. Livingston will chase it left corner. James Livingston out of the left corner. High slot, McDonald a shot. Ripped it over top of the goal. Hurd right wing at the goal line, chopping at it. Campbell will cover up again. James Livingston for a couple of seconds in glorious position on the right wing doorstep.
You know, Pete, it almost seemed like he just couldn't get the puck to settle down. Like the puck was just bouncing on him. He's doing everything he could to get the puck settled down, and it just couldn't. But a good shift by that line, putting pressure on the Windsor Spitfires.
8:59 left in regulation. The Whalers up 2-1. Nason comes out with Zarnik and Raquel up front. Nason won the draw. Raquel a shot, ripped it wide from the right hash mark. Left point, Troutman tees up the shot, blocked by McQueen in the slot, but Raquel holding it. Spitz will play it out with Craig Dunnick. Kuhnhackl over the Plymouth line, steered away nicely by Bo Schmitz, and Bo with that play caused the Windsor offside. And the Whalers came close again there. It remains 2-1 Plymouth.
I don't think we're going to see any shenanigans or chicanery here the rest of the game, Pete. This game's too tight, and I think both teams know what's at stake. They like to beat each other.
Whalers out with Nason, Raquel, and Zarnik up front. Raquel left wing over the Windsor line along the left boards against Koklachev. Raquel to the end wall against Craig Dunnick. Raquel working hard, worked off the check. Good play, high slot Troutman. Takes a shot, right boards for Bo Schmitz. Bounced away from Schmitz. McQueen back for Windsor. Schmitz, good job to recover, played it from his own bench area. Chopped it away from Kuhnhackl. Schmitz for Zarnik on the Windsor side of center. Robbie will direct it into the Windsor zone. Plymouth 2, Windsor 1 with 8:05 left in regulation. Bouncing on Locke at the Plymouth line. He'll backhand it to the end wall, give chase. Bo Schmitz gets there first. Schmitz battling with young Locke. Schmitz will play it ahead. A good play for Aliardi with Nason and Mahalik over the line. Aliardi offside. He went over the Windsor line before the puck did. That's a Whaler offside. Bo Schmitz has had his moments tonight, Sean.
He sure has. 7:54. Let's hope he has a few more. Let's hope Alex Aliardi has a moment in him. A goal would be big right about now.
Alex has scored in 2 straight games. Aliardi wide right wing over the Windsor line. High slot. Brady shot save made. Rebound loose in the slot. Cleaned up by Posa. And the Spitz will bring it back. Torini will dump it deep into the Plymouth zone. Race for the puck, and the Spitz will be called on the icing. Play whistle dead with 7:38 left in the period. Whalers 2, Windsor 1.
Nice job by Max Iafrate stepping into that shot and putting a big blast on net. Max, as we mentioned, starting to see more ice time, starting to make more of the increased ice time, and pretty soon he's going to put his first point, whether it be an assist or goal, on the career totem pole.
Plymouth out with Hurd, Brown, and Livingston up front. See if they can get to the cycle game again. Here's Johnston, left wing over the Plymouth line against Colin McDonald. Left wing, Cassian a shot. Backhand, severe angle, put it through the blue ice in the Plymouth zone. Whalers back with Tyler Brown. Livingston, right wing over the Windsor line. Took the shot off the blocker, Campbell. Mitchell Hurd to it, back behind the goal. Tyler Brown chases, good move by Ellis to play off the forecheck of Tyler Brown. Cassian, right wing at his own line. From the Plymouth bench, Ebert has a man offside, waits and hit Cassian at the midpoint of the Plymouth line, taken away by Brown. Brown missed his man with the pass, will go the length of the ice. Whalers called on the icing. 6:59 left. It's a 2-1 Plymouth lead. The Whalers will host the Kitchener Rangers tomorrow night. Can't make it, we'll have it for an 88.1 FM beginning at 6:45.
Scouts making the noise, as often is the case on Scout Weekend, Pete. Boy, the young scouts come in here and they get all kinds of fired up.
Beautiful thing, that's for sure. Nason won the draw for the Whalers in the Plymouth zone. Zarnik chipping it around the right wing, and it's out center ice. Following up, Bo Schmitz onside over the line. Nason in for Raquel, got the shot. One-timer from the left hash mark, stopped by Campbell. Raquel, high slot, Troutman a shot. Had Nason out in front, deflected it just wide. The Whalers came close there. Raquel, left wing to the goal line. Hit Nason with the pass, literally in the hockey pants. And the Spits bring it back. Koklachev put it to the Plymouth line. Bo Schmitz, midpoint of his own line. Off the boards, that's picked off. Brady Vale brings it back for Windsor. Put it to an open wing. Troutman steers it ahead on the backhand to center for Raquel. Raquel over the Windsor line, right wing. Ricard Raquel for Troutman. It just failed to click out in front. The Whalers imports working well there with Raquel and Troutman. Nason getting in the way of McQueen, and Ellis sweeps it out center ice. 2-1 Whalers. Koklachev barreling over the Plymouth line, stood up and knocked down by R.J. Mahalik. Koklachev did not care for that. Aliardi for Nason. Late in the shift, and Stefan Nason dumping it deep into the Windsor zone. Mahalik back behind the Windsor goal. Being checked by Severia Posa. Lanoux brings it back for Windsor. Left wing over the line. Vale has Locke breaking for the hole, for the net. Locke's Vale's shot. Not allowed on it, and it went wide. Aliardi back for Plymouth. Over the Windsor line. To the slot, steered away. Good defensive play by Craig Dunnick. He learned that playing in the CompuWare youth program. Back behind the Plymouth goal, Austin Levi. Another CompuWare boy. Levi, left wing to center for R.J. Mahalik. He'll tip it back behind the Windsor goal. Mears will give chase for the Whalers to the end wall. 2-1 Plymouth with 5:10 left in regulation. Aliardi left boards taken away by Locke. Eric Locke for Windsor. Right wing over the Plymouth line, a backhand shot. Stopped by Scott Wedgwood, enough to get a face-off in the Plymouth zone. 2-1 Whalers with 5:03 left.
Back and forth now, opportunities at both ends. Not quality scoring chances, but certainly getting the puck in deep and trying to work hard for those goals, Pete. I think the Whalers have had the better of the chances the last few minutes after it was Windsor that really set the tone here in the third period.
Johnston won the draw in the Plymouth zone. Shot left point. Ellis did not get through. Brown to center, and here's Livingston digging hard left wing over the Windsor line. Livingston steered it towards the goal, stopped by Campbell. Hurd took a swipe at the puck. Campbell covers up, and then Hurd crashed to the end wall, hit, I believe that was Johnston. And Livingston with his speed and hustle made it happen there.
Mitchell Hurd goes straight for the net, goes straight for that rebound, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think they're going to get him here, Pete. No, they're not. I thought I saw a signal towards the box. I said, you're going to call him for that. Come on, that's hockey. Go after the puck.
So we'll remain at full strength with the Whalers up 2-1. Tyler Brown actually behind the Windsor goal, steered it out in front. Campbell will cover up in his blue ice and get a face-up. 4:46 left. The Whalers up 2-1. Brown and Cassian on the draw in the Windsor zone. Puck lay in the dot. Cassian dumped it behind the goal for Ellis. Picked off by Brown. Left point Levi shot. Went wide. Hurd back behind the goal. Left corner Tyler Brown. Trying to cycle with Livingston. Ellis took that away. Cassian around the boards, picked off by Tyler Brown. Kept in by Hurd. This line trying to do something for the Whalers, but here's Cassian. In transition, left wing over the Plymouth line. Cassian steered it out in front to the ice. Blue ice and Levi played away from harm's way. Livingston looking to settle it down. James Livingston back behind his own goal. Levi battling with Cassian again. Levi takes a look. Tried to work away from Cassian. Ellis intercepts, tees up the shot, and a fine stop by Scott Wedgwood as Ellis and Cassian doing good work there.
Boy, another puck just rolled right off the stick of a Whaler in their own zone. It comes right to Ellis in the high slot area, and Ellis wasted no time letting that shot go, but Wedgwood came out, challenged him, didn't give him much to shoot at, but boy, that Ellis can fire a puck. 2-1
Whalers with 4:02 left in the third period. Whalers out with Nason, Raquel, and Zarnik up front. Nason and Locke on the draw in the Plymouth zone, won by Locke. Ellis left point the shot, knocked down by Nason, good defensive play. Zarnik on the puck, left wing over the Windsor line. Zarnik backhand shot, ripped it wide. Raquel right boards. Right corner for Zarnik. Lower rim of the right circle. Jams it out in front. Loose at the side of the goal, and Campbell will cover up. I don't know how Nason missed it, but Campbell covered up.
Boy, it looked like Zarnik was going to walk right in, and then suddenly everybody converged on him, and he let the puck come over to Nason. And I'm with you, Pete. I don't know how Nason didn't finish, but again, I think Jack Campbell's been really good in the pipes for the Spitfires tonight.
Spitz win the draw in the Windsor zone with lock from Nason. Held in right point for Schmitz, but it bounced away from him. Kuhnhackl back over the line, left wing moving, and got the shot. Save made on the rebound. Koklachev got the shot. The Plymouth net got knocked off the moorings, and I don't know if Wedgwood got to that rebound by Koklachev, but the net got knocked off the moorings.
Good job by Troutman as well. You know, he saw that Bo got caught there for a second, and Troutman stayed home. Take a look at this. Clear cut 2-on-1. You let the goalie take the shooter, and then coming back and saving the day. Look at that. Bo coming back, didn't give up on the play. That again, the speed of Bo Schmitz.
2 on Whalers. Hurd on the draw in the Plymouth zone, lost to Cassian. Ebert shot right point, knocked away from the face-off circle by Mitchell Hurd. Cassian back behind the Plymouth goal, jammed it out in front. Left wing, Johnston a shot, did not get through. Levi plays it away from Cassian. Cassian left wing. Taken away by Livingston. Livingston to center. Dumps it into Jack Campbell. He'll play it hard around on the right boards. It eluded Hurd, and then McDonald will slide towards the Plymouth goal line. Will not be called icing. 3 minutes left in regulation. 2-1 in favor of the Whalers. Brown at his own blue line missed the puck or directed it, and the Whalers nevertheless will be called on the icing. Looks to me like Levi is being keyed on Cassian whenever that matchup can be made.
Yeah, they're having a lot of fun out there as well. You know, Levi has that big body, may not be as heavy as Cassian is, but again, you know, he's one he's not going to give any quarter, and he's very cerebral.
Locke won the draw, shot by Ellis right point off a stick, did not get to the Plymouth goal. Play whistle dead with 2:52 left in the third period. Plymouth 2, Windsor 1. Lead goal at this point back in the second period, Ricard Raquel at 9:13. Base it off to the left of Scott Wedgwood. Whalers making changes they can as the home team. Mitchell Hurd against Zach Cassian. To the left of Wedgwood, won by Cassian. Right point Ellis to the slot. Dunick a shot. Hard on goal. Good stop by Wedgwood. Levi in the corner against Koklachev. Hurd trying to play it ahead. Big battle in the Plymouth zone. Hurd played it ahead, and the puck will go out center ice. Here's Brown on it, good speed, left wing over the line. Brown being checked and guided to the corner by Ellis. Dunick picked off by Hurd. Hurd back behind the goal in the Windsor zone. Hurd to the right circle. Right point, Bo Schmitz. Back behind the goal, Hurd letting it go. Well, it goes off a stanchion, went to the right goal line, and Ellis takes over. Tried a home run pass at center for Kuhnhackl. Knocked down by Tyler Brown, the whistle is dead. The play whistle dead with 2:12 left.
It's going to be a penalty against Mitchell Hurd here. In the corner as the puck was cleared out, Ryan Ellis cleared the puck high into the neutral zone, and he came in and gave Ellis the business. You could see the signal there. So look at this, with 2:12 to go, a roughing call to Mitchell Hurd. Oh boy.
The Whaler penalty killers have to do some work now. 2-1 Plymouth with 2:12 left in regulation. Whalers on the penalty kill. Going to be Zarnik and Mahalik up front. Levi and Schmitz on the points. We're going to get a timeout here. Windsor's looking for the equalizer. Bob Jones and DJ Smith are going to try to map out some offensive strategy. Mike Belushi's got the grease board out on the Whalers side.
Whalers penalty to number 15, Mitchell Hurd. 2 minutes for roughing called at 17:48.
So we will see what happens here. 2-1 Whalers with 2:12 left in regulation.
Pete, as often is the case, you know, it's certainly you don't want to have to be in the position to kill penalty here late in the game, but it's not going to be long before the Windsor Spitfires elect to pull Jack Campbell. And you can shoot at that open net and not worry about the icing.
There you can see where you can watch some of the Whaler games in the area. Whalers on the penalty kill. Zarnik and Mahalik up front. Levi and Schmitz on defense. Spitz will come out on the power play. They've not pulled Jack Campbell yet. Now Campbell will go to the bench. So with 2:12 left, the Spitz, no, Campbell will go back to the Windsor net. Ebert and Ellis will work on the points. It'll be Kuhnhackl, Johnston, and Cassian up front. 2-1 Whalers with 2:12 left. Everybody gets set. Face off to the right of Wedgwood. Zarnik played away, but here's Ellis' shot. Good block by Mahalik. He'll direct it out in front of the penalty box area. Ellis circling in his own zone to Stephen Johnston. Ryan Ellis, left wing in his own zone. Zach Cassian, neutral territory. Johnston, left wing over the Plymouth line. Takes it to the corner. High slot Ellis. Will direct it right boards for Cassian. 1:40 left. Koklachev, right wing, being checked by Levi. Cassian, right boards. High slot Ellis. Tees up the shot. Blocked out in front. Cassian, right circle. Hand on it. Blocked by Levi. Ellis, left wing. Kuhnhackl tees up the shot. Don't think it got through. Whalers blocking shots. Ellis, right wing. Cassian, back to Ellis. Blocked by Mahalik. Diving to it. Zarnik will chop it ahead. Empty net. But it'll go to length the ice. No icing. The Whalers killing a penalty. Everybody, the Whalers get fresh troops out there in the penalty kill. 1:10 left. The Whalers up 2-1. Minute left in the penalty to Hurd. Cassian barging to center. Picked off by Tyler Brown. Koklachev, right wing over the Plymouth line. Left wing. Lower rim of the circle. Johnston put it out in front. Severe angle shot. Stopped by Wedgwood. Minute left in the period. Cassian, right wing the shot. Blocked by Livingston. They continue to battle with less than a minute to play. Livingston around on the left boards in his own zone. Can't get it out. Johnston, right point. Ellis' shot. Deflected out in front wide. Koklachev jamming at it right wing. Clearing it away Livingston. Banks it off the boards down into Windsor territory. 35 seconds left. The Windsor net is empty. Ellis winds it up for the Spitz. The Whalers get fresh penalty killers out there. Koklachev over the Plymouth line, and it's offside Windsor. He went over the line before the puck did. And Koklachev can't believe it, but it's offside Windsor at the Plymouth line.
Tried to keep himself on, went a foot over, tried to play it between his legs, but great job by the linesman right on the spot to call that on the offside. 14 seconds remaining in this penalty to Mitchell Hurd.
Whalers on the penalty kill. Tyler Brown and R.J. Mahalik up front. Austin Levi and Bo Schmitz on the points. Brown won the draw. Will dump it into Windsor territory. Will not go over the goal line. Will go over the goal line, but not near the net. R.J. Mahalik, outstanding job against two red jerseys. 15 seconds left. Here come the Spitz with Kuhnhackl. Hurd gets back on, gets onto the ice surface. Spitz have the goaltender pulled. McIntyre put it out in front. They jam away at it. Wedgwood lost his stick briefly. Levi holding it at the end wall. And the Whalers pick down and they beat the Spitfires 2-1.
What a hit! Mitchell Hurd at the end of that game as well. I don't even know who he caught down there in the corner, but the bodies were flying all over the place, and the Whalers had to work till the bitter end to get 2 points out of here tonight.
Boy, it wasn't pretty there in the final 2:12, but the Whalers dug down. They got 2 points. And they get above the 500 mark at 9-8-1-1. Real dig-down effort for the Whalers tonight.
Quality hockey game. Boy, what an exciting game this was. We told you before the game, expect anything when the Spitfires and Whalers get together. And that's what we got here tonight, Pete.
The Whalers go to 9-8-1-1 on the year. Windsor now 11-8 on the year. Shots on goal in the third period by Windsor, 14 for a game total of 37. By the Whalers, 8 for a game total of 32. Ricard Raquel's goal midway through the second period stands as the game winner, and the Whalers win it 2-1.
And how about Scott Wedgwood? He didn't have to make spectacular stops, but take a look at this pressure on the video side at the end. It starts from the corner. McIntyre throws it out in front. It seemed like it lay in the crease for an eternity. 3 different Whalers laying on the ground right in front. And as the clock is winding down, watch Mitchell Hurd.
That's Koklachev.
Yeah, Koklachev right there. That's a big hit in the corner to end things. And hey, you keep playing till you hear that siren.
So the Whalers win it by a score of 2-1. They get above the 500 mark at 9-8-1-1. We'll get to the blue-collar player of the game with 3 stars momentarily. I think the blue-collar player of the game, pretty good call here, Sean, Nick Melissa. And he's coming out.
Tonight's Labatt blue collar player of
Can't
the game
argue with
is
that.
from your Whalers, number 4, Nick Melissa.
He took on a heavyweight there, Kyle Torini. Nick Melissa, the blue-collar player of the game.
Big scrap and solid in his own zone as well.
Get to the 3 stars momentarily. The Whalers win it 2-1.
Don't forget, stick around because one of the Whalers is named as one of the game's 2 stars. You could be walking out here with a t-shirt. Star number 3 from Windsor is the goalie, Jack Campbell. Your number 2 star from the Whalers with 36 saves. Stay along with me in victory. Number 29, Scott Wedgwood. And the number 1 star of the game from your Whalers, he had both goals this evening, number 27, Robbie Zarnik.
And we will get with Robbie Zarnik briefly. I got to ask him about that second goal. All due respect, but we got to ask Robbie.
Again,
I think that's
final
Ricard
score.
Raquel's goal. And we will see. But what a dig-down effort for the Whalers, Sean. Hey, the Spitfires had a bunch of their regulars suspended. The Spits a good account for themselves, but hey, you know, good effort for the Whalers as well. They win 2-1.
Total team effort tonight. They played well in their own zone. You know, the shots on goals, we mentioned 37 shots on goal, but not a lot of the real dangerous variety. I think the defense played well, and the first star of the game, it seemed like every time he touched the puck, he was causing trouble in the opponent's zone.
Well, that whole line played well, and we're going to get with Robbie Zarnik momentarily. I hear him putting the headset on. Robbie Zarnik continues to play very well for the Whalers. Right now, a couple of goals, but we'll have to ask Robbie. Hey, Robbie, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did you score that second goal? We thought maybe it was Ricard Raquel's, but was it yours?
No, it was Ricard's.
Okay, beautiful. My eyes are bad, but not that bad. Tell me about the goal you scored, though, because it was a nice play on your part. Started with some hard work when you won a battle for a loose puck.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really tell if Nason won the drawback and they just got through, but their winger got through, and it came out to them. They tried, and he went to get it, and I just lifted a stick before it got out of the zone, and then brought it back in and shot it low blocker.
Was he giving you that, or did you just shoot it at the net?
I saw actually Nason was going across the net, and then I just figured I'd shoot it back where he came from, so just shot it to the opposite side.
Your line has been hot for a couple of weeks now. Of course, Ricard Raquel was away with the Swedish national team, but what makes your line click?
I just think we all work hard in the D zone and the offensive zone. We all get in pucks on the forecheck, and we cycle really well. Then we get shots, and no one cares who scores on the line. It's just about just scoring for the team.
You know, tonight was a real knockdown, drag-out, blue-collar affair. It went right down to the bitter end, and really have to like the way the Whalers battle at the end there.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in the last 2 minutes when we got that penalty, and then everyone was paying a price, blocking shots. We all played to win. You could tell in the last 10 seconds when they had it right around the net, everyone was diving in front of the puck trying to keep it out of the net. So you just tell that our team was working hard to get the win.
Robbie, you talk about the work that your line put in. I think that stuff is infectious, especially in your own zone tonight. We were just talking 37 shots on net, but I thought the defense corps did a really good job of keeping those shots to the outside, and when called upon, Wedgwood did his job.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I mean, Wedgwood is starting to play a lot better. He had a couple droughts in the games early on in the season, but he's playing really well now. We need him to keep doing that. Our team is starting to pick it up on the defensive side, and that's what we need to keep doing to keep winning these games.
I think we're starting to see the Whalers pick it up. I agree with you, Robbie, and it bodes well for the very near future, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, I believe so. I mean, I think we're going to have a great team come down the run of the season.
Robbie Zarnik, we'll let you go. Nice effort tonight and a good win for the Whalers. Thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.
Robbie Zarnik, the game's first star, and, we enjoyed Sean talking to Tyler Sagan for a couple of years. It seemed like he was the first star. We chatted with Tyler an awful lot in these broadcasts. We're starting to do quite a bit with Robbie Zarnik. I don't mind that a bit. Do
No, not at all, especially when you're watching a kid listen to what he was told. You know, we've talked about it a bunch of times, and I think it bears repeating. You know, the Los Angeles Kings wanted him to to do more. We all know what Robbie can do with his stick. We all know his offensive game, but they wanted him to take some physicalities, and they wanted him to play both ways. Watching Robbie Zarnik, watching that message go through, it's been a lot of fun this year.
And defensively for the Whalers, it was a good effort all around. I really like Austin Levi against Cassian tonight, and Bo Schmitz with his mobility and skating really makes things happen, and both offensively and often overlooked defensively.
So often, Pete, when the Whalers are doing really well, it's when they're keeping teams outside, not necessarily limiting in shots, but keeping teams to the perimeter. That's when the Whalers are playing well, and I think you saw a lot of that tonight.
So a good effort for the Whalers tonight. They beat the Windsor Spitfires 2-1. They get to 9-8, 1-1 on the year. That'll do it for the TV side. He's Sean Belige, and I'm Pete Krepsky. We thank our good folks and good friends at the Schoolcraft College Sports Network for their great help. We'll be back tomorrow night with the Schoolcraft College Sports Network. We're going to stay on the radio side for a couple of moments' time longer. The Whalers win tonight 2-1. Now from CompuArena for the television side. Good night, everybody, and we'll speak to you tomorrow night.